That's how you do after you've won three. I know. We've got to get over the fact that these are only preseason games. Don't get too excited yet. Already said it's bad luck winning all four games, but it's starting to look like that. Well, you know what though? It's time for us to finally lose to the Chargers. Maybe this is the Chargers got enough. Well, Chargers got a lot. I mean, I'm talking they got a lot of injuries. But then again, this is not a game about the injuries. This is a game about the survival of the fittest. So it's ours. Who's got the fittest between us and the Chargers? Most likely us. We've got people on our second units that, my God, they can play for a lot of teams. Fam, it's a 4-0 season. I can see it coming now. But wait, let's get into this now. About last night's game. Per Coach Kyle Shanahan, watch my pronunciation, Kyler. Kyle Juszczyk suffered a hand contusion in the first half. The X-rays were negative. Fortunately, Juice caught both of his targets for 9 yards this last game. And the headlines: 49ers versus Chiefs. Jimmy Garoppolo, Richie James Jr., Matty B. Star in 27-17 victory. Now, we had a conversation about this after the game last night, but it was late night. It's late night in the East night anyway. But it's not as bad as it was. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it tonight. Let's just go over a few of the details, some of the fascinating facts, some of the stuff that made you go, ooh. The 49ers versus Chiefs was a game that seemed to not have game fast enough for Jimmy G as he took the Chiefs apart in his one-half game of action like a man on a mission of redemption, man. G says, man, y'all gonna get up off of me right now. And, hey, is Matt Breida the top running back in that positional group? I mean, most people thought Matty B was the best running back in that room anyway. I needed to see. I still want to know what Jerick McKinnon looks like, and I wanted to see what Tevin Coleman. Most we already know about him. See this room, and now you add. Let me continue. Is Richie James the most consistent receiver in the wide receiver room? And J Dub's return was on display, looking like he never left. Dub is used to getting hurt and coming right back, though. See, that's what he does. He gets hurt, bones broken, neck hanging, everything else. Comes back later, and looks like nothing changed. He's not out of shape. He's moving quick. He's doing all the things he does. The 49ers improved the preseason record to 3-0 following Saturday night's 27-17 victory, as I mentioned, over the Chiefs. Most of the Niners starters, including Jimmy G, saw an uptick in snaps. The Saturday's dress rehearsal game, as they call it, playing throughout the entire first half. And they are looking like they just might be. They might be ready for time. In 2 weeks, they could be completely ready. And Kyle Shanahan called it irresponsible to overreact following Garoppolo's 10-play outing against the Broncos week 2 of the preseason. We told you were irresponsible in that type of thinking, and stop jumping to conclusions. Shanahan says the same thing. He said G did a complete 180 in his 5 series to close out Saturday night's first half. G completed 14 of 20 passes. That's a 70% completion percentage. Chalking up 188 yards and a TD. Not an INT to be seen for 116.5 passer rating. Shanahan said of Garoppolo's performance of week 2, it's not a big surprise when the guy's out for a long time. 11 months. And especially and coming off of an ACL. But that's just how football goes sometimes, especially in the preseason. Last week wasn't nearly as bad as it looked, but it definitely did look that bad live. And today, everyone's on the same page, a little bit better. The 49ers moved the chains a couple of times, and you just got into a rhythm. And then you start forgetting about things and start playing football. Unquote. You tell him, Kyle. You tell him, Coach. Yes. Jimmy G's best showing came on his second drive of the night. G went 4 for 4, including 2 perfectly thrown balls. One to Richie James Jr. for 33 yards, and the second to Matty B for a 20-yard touchdown on the ensuing play. Vintage G. Shanahan said earlier this week not to read too much into the order of the 49ers backup quarterbacks, though. Nick Mullins played a little over a quarter and a half and completed 8 of 11 passes for 84 yards. Undrafted rookie Wilton Spate came in, even though we didn't want him to, closed out the final minutes of the game. Shanahan said he expects CJ Better to see snaps during Thursday's preseason finale against the LA Chargers. Richie James Jr., man, was perfect. By the way, on that quarterback situation, Shanahan clearly said he's going to keep 3 quarterbacks. You want to argue about that tonight? I'm saying Kyle. Oh, Kyle. Okay, anyway, he could be kidding. Could he be kidding? Richie James Jr. was perfect on the night, hauling in all 4 of his targets for 66 yards. He continues to make a steady case in the battle at wide receiver. Fam, Richie James has played his whole body of work in this preseason. If you're going to go by it, Richie James is number 1 or 2. Richie James is number 1. His stats say nobody's beating him playing this preseason. So if you cut him or had him cut on your list, take him off. Take him off. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Matty B dominated the ground and through the air, forcing several missed tackles. MB registered 7 carries for 44 yards to go along with his 2 receptions for 31 yards and a TD. During his touchdown reception, dude made a full extension in the end zone for the 49ers' first score of the evening. Garoppolo, even he couldn't get over it. He was praising MB's effort during the postgame, saying, quote, he made a tremendous catch on it. Most of the time, it's receivers making that catch, but when a running back can do it, it's so hard for defenses to plan for that. So it's a credit to him. It was a tremendous catch, and they didn't write it up. But you watch the pressure, and G says, I could have made it easier for him. G, good enough. Next time, just keep getting warmed up, man. Keep getting warmed up. Breida also connected on 2 consecutive first downs from G in the first half. And now here's what I was talking about with that running back room. Jeff Wilson Jr. is helping make the 49ers decision at running back ridiculous. I'm talking ridiculous. We don't have a bad running back. Austin Walter didn't even play. And I'll be damned if he can't play. I'm telling you, man, you can't keep 6 or 7 running backs. And whoever we get rid of is a good running back. Wilson Jr. led the 49ers backfield with 12 carries for 45 yards and 2 touchdowns, which probably means it's going to be the Austin Walter show this Thursday night. He did all, the first was a 4-yard handoff from Mullins on the second. Wilson Jr. found the end zone for 7 yards out. And what I enjoyed is Jeffy Wilson took a look inside, said, damn that. He zoomed to the side, man. The dude was trying to race him to the pylon. Forget about it. Wilson's got a TD. Shanahan's response to the Jeff Wilson show was, quote, he looks like a very similar runner to what he was last year. When you're running the same and you've added 15 to 20 pounds, that is a good thing. I think he ran pretty well in this game tonight. I think he ran well last week. We'll see how he does in this final one. We'll make a decision on a bunch of guys. Kyle. What are you talking about? He's just another one of our stars. You're going to have to pick the guy that you like the best. It's not about the talent anymore. Demontre Moore continues to string along impressive outings in the preseason. Moore led the team with 5 total tackles. I had an argument with IG the other day. I made a big deal about Demontre Moore. And dude comes at me with, hey, how are you freaking out, man? It's only 1 preseason game. Oh, preseason, before the games, and now. Moore led the team with 5 total tackles and 2 sacks. Eric Armstead and Jay Bromley also split sacks with Moore. Start the chant. Start the chant. J-Dub, J-Dub, J-Dub. Hey, do the J-Dub pose. Jimmie Wards! He made his preseason debut following that collarbone fracture suffered back in May. Looking good. K-Dub got to start at nickel corner with K'Wan Williams out with a knee injury, while Timor opened the game at free safety. Dub drew an offensive pass interference call against rookie receiver McCole Hardman because he couldn't get off of me, man. And the ref saw it. Made a third down stop against Patrick Mahomes on a scramble in the red zone. No, you can't come in here. Left the game with his body fully intact. J-Dub Bunch, stand up. And let us get to Mitch Wishnowsky. He continues to absolutely amaze. Wishnowsky booted a beautiful 62-yard punt out of bounds to pin the Chiefs at their own 3-yard line in the third quarter. Did you see that? Like a smart missile. Out of bounds like bink, boink. Oh! We've never had anybody like this. The man, his 2 punts on the night for an average of 57 yards. 57-yard punts as an average. Quan Alexander made his anticipated 49ers debut against the Chiefs and proved that he's at full speed. Quan had 3 total tackles in the first half, which tied him for second on the team. Quan, so worried about you, man. I didn't know. You come back looking as good as ever. I can't wait to Tampa Bay. Wait till they see you. More good news. Did you notice penalties were no longer the storyline in this third exhibition contest? The 49ers committed just 4 for 25 yards. Now, you can compare that to 18 for 218 yards against them boys and 13 for 101 yards last week versus the Broncos. The improvements and adjustments have been steady, 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 steady. 49ers total 23 first downs compared to the Chiefs' 12. San Francisco was also 9 of 15 on third down. G converted 3 of 4 on his third down passes. Welcome back, Jimmy G! God. Oh. Rich says, bang, bang, Niner gang, Niner side 49ers linebackers coach Jeff Holland. Jeff Holland's son, defensive back Jordan Holland. Wasn't he with us a few months ago? I forgot all about him. It's the Kid 916. What it do? Tapping in from Sacramento. Not anybody, it's the Kid. What's up? Ray Jr., what's up? Always remember, we are the best and forget the rest. Niners for life. Ray Jr., I second that emotion. Sac Kings, what's up? San Francisco says, I got a feeling Jimmy G's performance last night won't be talked about more than those 5 training camp practice INTs. Boy, you know it, don't you? It's, everybody wants to bring you down from the top. I mean, G, look, he could have 1 game out of 99. And ain't nobody go talk. His haters ain't gonna talk about nothing but that one. Let him do it. We still going to the Super Bowl with him anyway. Jerry, I didn't say about now. I said we going to him eventually. Maybe now. And Jerry Fresh. The fresh perspective, Jerry Fresh. He says, you weren't there for me today. Now I'm oh! Hey! Okay, you know what? I got to come over and talk. We'll talk. There are times I just can't escape from other duties. My day is so packed. Jerry! Fam, get over to the fresh perspective. Click on it and get to Jerry's channel. Represent me when I'm not there. All right? Xavier Rios. Shout out for the Rios family in Texas. Javier. What's this, Xavier? Javier. There's no X. Javier. Demonic Angel. What up? Go Niners. AZ the third. What up? What's no? AZ the third. I tell you, man, I'm afraid to say what's up, man. You know what? I ain't going to use the word winning until we get into the third. We went 3 in a row to start the season. Another story altogether. Jimmie Wards said, "What up, faithful fam and the haters?" Jimmy G's back on top. 0.0 TO 116, 2 real quick. I'll never forget those numbers. I've never seen that many zeros in a stat in my life. It's like you weren't even there. I mean, Benji Polo Matwa. He says, Benji Polo in the house. 49 Empire stand up. 14-2 and bleep the Rams. And All-Star Luna. Jimmy pass to Matty B was a thing of legends. He had Breida in the perfect spot and put some touch, so Breida only needed one hand to bring it in. Pretty much the way I seen it too. Now the rich D Ford back practices this week. See, D Ford's probably saying, man, everybody partying but me, man. I got to get ready. Nick Bosa, they're probably having to hold Nick back. 5 dudes in the locker room. Nick, you cannot go out there, man. Let me go. You got to rest one more week at least. D Ford, I mean, come on, man. 661. Trapping gang. 4-0, just like we're coming out in the regular season. Wouldn't that be something? 49ers go like 12 in a row, including preseason, right? So we go like game 8, 49ers still looking for. Who wants some? Come get some. Yeah. Woo! Hey, Kenny. What's up, man?
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh man, Kenny, I'm hot. I'm high on the red and gold, man. I tell you, I was so worried about G. I was the one telling everybody, man, don't be worried about Jimmy G, man. This dude's made with stuff that you never fail. He only needs a little bit of time. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Now I can make a confession. I was scared, man. I was scared. Because you know what? I don't know what it's like to come back from an ACL. And the man's been out 11 months. Was it going to take him a little while longer to get back in the stride? No!
Hey, Ron, I'm not gonna lie, man. Last week, I didn't lose faith in him, but I did get a little knot in my stomach when he pulled it off last week. So this week, my whole focus was on Jimmy G for real. And man, he changed. He switched it up, and I'm proud of him. And I ain't got no more worries, man. He was just knocking the rust off basically. And man, I can't wait. Week 1, man, we're gonna tear it up. But he stood neck to neck with Mahomes, man, and Mahomes ain't no joke. So
that's the truth.
That you know what that Kansas City defense ain't no joke either. So I mean,
yeah, we cut him up.
We cut him up, man, for reals. The one thing I did notice and the thing that I did keep an eye on was Pettis, and man, it's not looking good for him.
Man, he's pissing Kyle off too. He's pissing him off. Man, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, it just looked like there was no effort. It looked like there was no effort from him, man. Like that catch that he got thrown, where there was like 3 defenders around him. Debo could have caught that thing, man.
He would have too.
He would have, yeah.
You know. Kenny, this is the thing with Kyle was actually a little pissed off also with Jimmy G. He said he had no business making that throw into that kind of crowd. But Jimmy's probably thinking like you and me. Get it up there and trust my dude. Because had it been Kittle, had it been Debo, and Jalen Hurd would have hurt somebody going up for that. But then even Richie would have gave it a shot. Kendrick Bourne, I know he would have went airborne. But then we have the heir apparent Dante, who stood flat-footed and didn't see that. There's 2 sides of that. Kyle didn't make either. Kyle told Jimmy, don't ever do that again. And he told Dante, you could at least made an effort for it. So he chastised both of them, Damn.
And then on defense, man, Witherspoon's getting cut. I can see it right now. He's getting cut. I don't see him making the team. He's just getting balled on big time. They're going after him so much, and he's just falling for everything. He gets burnt all game long. All game long. He was getting burnt by 4-stringers in a preseason game. I mean,
was he out there? Was he out there that late? I thought he was only in the first half. Because after he messed up that one time, I stopped. I stopped. You know what? Okay, one thing I want to say though, Kenny, about that is this: who are you going to have backing up Verrett? I mean, Mosley might be okay. You want to keep Dante? You going to keep Dante Johnson?
Dante Johnson looked better. I'm just not going to lie. He looked a lot better. He almost had 2 interceptions. Almost.
Kenny, I don't know. Johnson just kind of worries me, but I like Johnson. You know what? Johnson's played good enough this year, though, not to get cut, though. I agree with that. But I do want 2 guys, at least. Yeah. I think Witherspoon needs at least this year. And Kenny, if he's still struggling in 12 to 14 weeks, I guess maybe it could be considered to put him on the bubble for next year. Because remember, he was a 3rd round. Didn't we get him in the 2nd or 3rd round?
Witherspoon?
Yeah.
That was the 3rd round, I think.
Yeah. See, that's why you got to give him his full rookie contract.
2nd round.
Yeah, you got to give him his full rookie contract. He could still be somehow. It could click. Like Solomon Thomas is all of a sudden looking like a badass. I really think that's what it is. He just needs a little more time to develop. Got to be careful. He goes to another team. He's learned a lot from us. And then he goes to another team, finally matures to the player that he's going to be potentially, and he starts to kick ass. And we're sitting back saying, dang it. See, that's the way those things work.
Hey, Ronbo, you was talking about Richie James, man. That dude is making this team, no doubt about it. He has been the best wide receiver in preseason football.
Consistent too. My goodness. Ooh, he hustles. He works hard. When Richie James is in the game, you never know. You always know when he's in the game. Always. We got some other receivers that can't say that. But when Richie's in the game, when Debo's in the game, Jalen's in the game, who else we got that's always? Kendrick, this is the thing. This is the problem Kyle has with Kendrick Bourne. You know Kendrick's in the game 60 to 70% of the time. But there's that percentage of the time when you don't see it. But these other guys are always in the game. So
Hey, Richie James' only mistake was when Jimmy Garoppolo was being rusty. You know what I mean? So that interception that he missed the catch and they intercepted it. That's when Jimmy G was all rusty. So we can't really blame Richie James for that. But
there you go. Kenny, we're going to go because, as again, I'm late. We got people on the East Coast. Kenny, appreciate your fam. And Monday, and this is only Sunday, Monday Night Raw. See you tomorrow.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to say it loud and proud this week, baby. 13-3 because we got Jimmy G. 13-3 because we got Jimmy G. Hit squad.
Good night. Good night, Kenny. We rush out to the south, 225, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Could that be Okie Niner? Because I'm not sure where Okie Niner's from. Somebody else is from Baton Rouge. So, Louisiana Superdome. Where you at?
What's up?
Fam, what is your name?
My name Warren J.
Warren J, come on in, fam. We sitting up here talking about but actually, you know what's so funny? Mainly, we're talking about Jimmy G making everybody feel better about evidently, he will be making his return soon. And we didn't see the best Jimmy G. We just saw a version of Jimmy G that looks like what Jimmy G should be looking like. Now, Warren, it's going to be the real G soon. What are your observations on this game? Did you love Quan? Was he kicking some booty? Richie James, is he going to play for this team? On and on. What up?
I think we're going to do good this season. I think we're going to rely on the running game very early this season. So Jimmy G going to do his thing, you know.
And the running game makes a difference, too, because you get that running game going, now play action means all the pain in the world. We got it, Ward. You underlined it there, baby. Underlined it. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I think Quan and them going to do his thing.
Yeah.
You know, because on defense, I think we're solid. Solid on defense, better than we were last year.
Yep.
Because our pass was terrible last year.
I know. We didn't have no pass rush. Warren, we ain't had a pass rush. Barack Obama was still in office when we had a pass rush. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we ain't had no pass rush. Man, some people have grown up to be adults since we had a pass rush. It was just awful. Since 2014, after the Cowboy and his boys left, we didn't have no pass rush. I've been crying about this for years. Everybody, we ain't got no cornerbacks. Hell, we ain't got no frontline defense. And until you get one, you ain't going to have no cornerbacks. We proved that already. See, that's what I'm talking about. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we'll do a good solid 10 games.
I know, right? That's the bottom line right there. Anything less than 10 is a fail. That team's got too much talent to go less than 10. And you look at the schedule, the first 2 games, them teams ain't ready. They're still trying to put things together. You can't lose to them teams that you're supposed to beat. Now, we win those games, Warren, Jay, man, I think the confidence will be too high after that. Steelers, game 3. Warren, did you notice how it's perfectly laid out? We play 2 games that we need to win and get warmed and pumped up on, build some confidence. Then the Steelers come in. We ready. We're ready for the Steelers. First
home
game.
The Browns. Then we got the,
I see. I got them. I know. Warren, how you feel about the Browns, man? Tell the truth.
They look good. They look good on paper. That's all you can say.
I was watching them the other day. Was that yesterday? Who was that they was beating up on? I says, okay, we can deal with them. I kept telling myself, we can deal with that.
The thing is, we get them early, though. That's the good thing is, we get them early.
Yeah, and hopefully no injuries, right? I don't think they can deal with the 49ers run game. If a team cannot deal with the 49ers run game, they're going to get beat. That's the bottom line. Because, see, now Kyle can pull out any number of tricks. Go ahead.
O-line can run block. And so shove the pass down and roll out and shoot easy throws.
Mm-hmm. See, they may not be able to stand there and pass protect. Yeah. I agree. They may not be able to stand there and pass protect, but the 49ers can run block all day with the best. They do that really well. So, yeah.
So I think we'll have a collection of wide receivers who they complement each other, you know.
I know.
Ain't nobody can stop them wide receivers, Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, you add the biggest, baddest wide receiver on the team's coming back too. George adds, he takes that offense to a whole nother level. It's like there's a party going on inside my head. Hey, keep that noise down up there. Here's the thing. I'm telling you right now, if who's going to take the, oh, God. Hey, who gets the first sack? I love asking that question. Who's going down? Who takes Jameis down first? Because I see Jameis go down the other day against, that was Cleveland. I see Jameis go down to Cleveland Browns. They was tearing him up like a wolf pack. I couldn't even see who got him first. We got a similar kind of rush. Jameis is going to get ate up.
I'm thinking it's going to be Buckner or it's going to be Ford, either one.
Yeah, because you know what? Nick may not even be there, come to think of it. But you know, if Ford's there, even Solomon T could play that other big end. Because now it's Solomon T with all the attention going toward the violence being created in the middle and the other side. He'll be one-on-one with somebody at max. Because the tight end's going to be able to try to stop Buckner and Ford. Yes.
Most of my come in week 1, you know. You just never know.
Might.
They might use the man. Everyone passing situations, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? If he ain't 100%, he ain't got to play in that game. He could just go ahead and wait till week 2 to get warmed up and then come back for the home opener. Warren J. We got to go, fam. Warren J, glad to meet you, fam. Don't be no stranger now, all right? I'll look for you. We'll be back tomorrow night if you got time.
All right, all right.
All right. Have a good night, Warren J.
All
Warren
right,
J.
man. Call now, brother.
Hey, fam. Talk to you later. Warren out of
All right.
Louisiana, where my grandmama from. All right, Warren. Night. And let me tell you, Jordan Parents. Oh, thanks, Jordan. He says, how can we get in one? Hey, listen. I need to line them one-on-ones up for after every game. By the way, you know what we should do? Jordan opens up. I got about 3 guys, and they know who they are already. I've already talked to them. I got to get back to them on email. If you already sent me a note, Mark and others, I'm lining you up for one of the after games. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, Ronbo Sports at gmail.com. I'm setting people up right now who we got to talk after the game. So let me first come, first serve. I can't wait. Because there's going to be lots of joy to talk about after these games. Daniel, come on in. Daniel.
Go on, Ronbo.
I'm glad you stopped me from singing, Daniel, because you know me, man. Hey, wait. Is this Daniel 5249?
Yes, sir, the one and only.
And how are you feeling today, knowing that your team is seemingly getting stronger? We stopped with all those ridiculous penalties. Matty B is rounding into form nicely. Jimmy G is showing that there is only so much rust that can hold him down. He's put on the primer. He's spray painting himself now, red and gold, ready to go. But
it was looking good for the most part, man. I was really happy with what I saw mostly. Jimmy G definitely bounced back like I was hoping he would, and he started out the first series a little shaky, but then he got his rhythm, and then it was over after that.
Mm-hmm.
And Matty B, I hate to say it, but he's outshining old Tevin Coleman right now. I'm starting to think he might be the number one.
I mean, those passes and everything.
I'm just looking over the last 3 weeks. Yeah, I mean, look at the last 3 weeks. How many times have we called Matty B's name versus Coleman's name? It seems like Matty B's got the big advantage there.
So true. So true.
I think Dante Pettis needs to hang out with Debo and Hurd and get some dog in him if he's going to start getting on this team because
Dante.
Because, Coach has said he likes aggressive hands, aggressive receivers, and Dante, as of right now, while he's got mad skills and he could be one of the elite, but he just does not have that dog right now, which is weird because he was a dog in college, played for the Huskies.
Hey, I saw the film. He had more. Is it a confidence thing, Daniel? I really don't know what is he thinking. He's a little too blasé, isn't he? No, okay, he did this last year, though, Daniel. And then came week 1 against the Vikings. Who scored the touchdown? That was Pettis. I'm waiting until the season to pass my final judgment on Dante. He may be more than we're getting the wrong idea, possibly.
Well, I'm hoping you're absolutely right. But, that pass, he didn't even try and get it. I mean, we made fun of Dwelly dropping that pass. At least he made an effort to go get it. Dante just stood there like a statue. And that's like you say. How many times do we see Joe and Steve make passes to Jerry, even though he was quadruple covered because they trusted him? Yeah. And how many times does Tom Brady make passes like that in triple coverage because he trusts his guy Gronk to go get it? That's what
Edelman
that's what
too.
we need.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, God, you gotta.
Yeah. Kittle would have got it. The frickin' Debo would have clobbered all 3 of those guys to get that ball. I mean.
And Jalen Hurd, he would have got those guys in order before he even went up. You see Jalen Hurd manhandling that dude who was trying to catch him on that fade? Dante, you have these skills as well. Apply them.
He does. He needs to hang out with these 2 dudes who are just outshining him, in my opinion, to this point, especially Debo. He's the number 1 receiver in the preseason, in my opinion. I mean, they haven't really played Goodwin that much. And, of course, Trent, he's been out. But Dante, every week we see him making explosive plays, and old Pettis is being pretty quiet. Mm-hmm. And it makes you wonder who's the rookie and who's the second-year player.
I wonder if Kyle said, Dante, can you come to my office and talk to you? I wonder if he's actually sat Dante down and just, do the old thing where you just stare at him for a second. And then you say things like, Dante, you enjoy playing football? Of course, Coach. What are your goals? I want to know where's his head because you can't tell when he's on the field, and he looks like he's a happy-go-lucky guy all the time. I've never seen a game face on him. Well, Kendrick Bourne doesn't have one either. But the thing is, I want to see some attitude, just a little, every now and then. Get mad if you didn't make that last play. He comes out the field like, no big deal, another day. All right, Dante. Come on.
Nah, that's not what I want. I want to see the passion on the field. That people who are aggressive, those aggressive hands mean they're passionate. They're going after the ball. They're going when their quarterback's in trouble. They're going to try and bail them out, even if it means they're going to get hit over the middle. They're going to take one for the team. And Dante he doesn't seem to be willing to do that too much. At least not from what I've seen yet.
I even want him. I'd like to see him get mad at a cornerback or something. Some guys bark at a cornerback and do things like that. I just want to see a little machismo every now and then.
Even though he's kind of a smaller stature guy, he could still have that attitude, still have that swag. Maybe he needs to hang out with Debo, Jalen, and Quan. Put those three together and lock them in a room together, and have some of those guys' characteristics rub off on him.
Look at OBJ. They're about the same build. OBJ doesn't. The dude is as irritating as he gets out there, and you already know about him fighting with cornerbacks. Come on. It's not about the size.
That's part of OBJ's arsenal is that attitude.
Yeah, I know,
they got
right?
skill sets, but he goes up, he gets that ball, he attacks the ball. He doesn't wait for the ball to come to him. He attacks it, and that's a big difference.
Hey, Daniel, always a pleasure to talk to you, fam. We're going to go and see if we can get some more folks out here waiting. And look for you tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, huh?
All right, sounds good there, Rumble. Shout out to you and all your production crew. Enjoy what you do. Shout out to Russo, Wild Bill, and everybody in the chat. Here we go, 3-0.
Yeah. Thanks, Daniel. Talk to you later.
Bye,
man. Hey, and my player partner, point 5, Will.
Ronbo.
Oh, Will, man, there's just so many things up. I'm looking at Richie James, and Will, hey, Will, and be honest, when you looked at the wide receiver group we had after we got through the draft and everything, I listed Richie James right around the bottom of the list. I said the chances of him making this team are very slim. And now, after 3 weeks of preseason games, Richie James' chances of making this team, if they are slim, somebody needs to call the police. And, by the way, that wasn't you, though. I was trying to figure out that play yesterday when Solomon T was running down that receiver. I realized after watching it replay, Solomon stopped charging because you already seen the play was already in progress, and that dude was coming down the sideline unmolested because Kwaski T was somehow out of position to make the play. Solomon T he should be getting all the praise in the world for being alert on that play, because I was trying my best to figure out in fast action what the hell happened. What the hell's going on? Why is Solomon T over there covering that play? Remember when that body diving through the screen and missed it? 29? So there you go. To answer that question before I forget it again. But Will, the Hot Boys, we got to change that name too. Dallas. Did Trey call that yesterday? Dallas calls themselves the Hot Boys. We got to find a new name for it. I forgot to tweet Quan. But Will, let me stop. Will, go ahead. Mine's going crazy here.
Well, I seen that same play too, and that was that was a solid call. I saw that play when the ball was snapped.
Mm-hmm.
Solomon ran straight to that running back. He was supposed to have that guy. I don't know why Robert Saleh had that man.
Wait. Will. You think Solomon stopped charging because he was alert on that play? He saw that the receiver was gone. That was the box safety supposed to cover that play.
No. Solomon Thomas ran. He followed that dude. Soon the ball snapped. He followed him. He followed him down that sideline. Somehow, I guess Quan Alexander kind of got way a little bit, which kind of slowed him down. But
he already had
Solomon
the ball.
Went straight to that guy. He went straight to that guy. He went straight for him. The dude just flew down and I'm talking about the touchdown pass, right?
Yeah, no, the dude ran down the sideline and got past Kwaski T. He already had the ball when Solomon charging toward him. He already had the ball.
You talking about on that touchdown? That Mahomes
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that when Solomon charged toward the sideline, that runner already had the ball. As I said, do you see that body was diving and missed that tackle to take him down? Instead of Kwaski T just forcing him out of bounds, he tried to wrap up or something. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he was out of position or something. He dived, missed the tackle. That was the touchdown? No, Solomon wasn't on coverage with that. Solomon was one trying to recover because he saw what was going on. It was too late.
But I'm saying, is that the touchdown that Mahomes threw to get them 7 points?
I'm trying to remember how many times did that guy get all the way to the end zone on that play? Because the one I'm talking about is the one Solomon looked like, but he wasn't. He was in coverage. That receiver already had that ball. And as I say, Kwaski T took a dive, missed, flew out of bounds. The runner kept going. Solomon T stayed in pursuit. That was not a Solomon. That was not a Robert Saleh call.
Did he score?
I'm trying to remember. Was that the same play? Okay, we got to go back and look on that. Anybody saw that play?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heads up on the chat.
Okay. Well, anyway, overall, man, 49ers defense did good overall. Anyway, they held Mahomes in the 10 points. Because you remember last year, the first 3 possessions that the Chiefs had in the first quarter was 21 points on to the first quarter.
Every time.
So every possession that they had, they scored. This time in the first half, we only allowed them 10 points. So that shows major improvement. That shows that if we can do that to the Chiefs with the with a high power offense they got, we can do it in a high power offense in the league. Quan Alexander would want to make a difference. Now when you have both and a forward back, it's gonna make it even more better. So the defense is good. Defense is legit. I have no problem.
Yeah.
Keller Witherspoon, like I said last night, trash. I hate when I see a corner playing 30 yards off of a wide receiver. Just gives him all types of grass to do whatever you want. You can't play like that. Quit being a bitch. Get in this grill. Get in this grill, man. Get in this grill. I mean, Jason Red would have been all up in his chest. And y'all may disagree with me, but I believe Jason Red out there, he'll lock down Tyreek. I'm sorry. That's just me. That's just how I see it. So the dude's a dog, bro.
I agree.
He'll use every inch of his muscle, every inch of his body to lock any receiver down. Rick can do that. It's proven. So
he did it to Marquise. And they got about the same speed. Yeah. You got to be intelligent out there with that kind of speed.
Yeah, Witherspoon need to be gone, man. You know, maybe he'll be better in another system, but not this system. He can't do it. Wide receivers, man, like I say, Debo, Jalen Hurd, Kendrick Bourne, all them guys, man, they making a squad. But Dante Pettis, man, Dante Pettis, he need a.
They ain't gonna cut him.
I don't know.
They're not gonna cut him, Will.
I don't know once his kidneys died or I don't know. You need to give all those kittens at his house. You need to take them to the animal shelter and trade them in for some dogs.
That'll make him mad. He'll be ready to play if he still feel like playing.
Do you know what Kyle Shanahan said about him today?
Yeah, I just went over that. Kyle wants him to find his role and please assert yourself now. We're waiting. Yeah. So.
Come on, man. So, I mean, he better get it together, man. The ice getting thin on him. So.
I tell you. Will, be careful, though, because you know what? Look out for Dante. He looked like this last year. I was a little concerned. I thought he was avoiding pain and pressure and everything. Dante could suddenly appear in the first week like he did last season against the Vikings. I was shocked. So,
well, I ain't giving up on him. I ain't saying I ain't giving up. I ain't gonna say
just wish he'd hurry up and come on. Yeah.
He tighten his ass up because week 1 is right around the corner. You know, it's coming soon.
I know.
You know, so he need to get it
needs to get
together,
up,
man. Shanahan need to have a long talk with him. See if he has any personal issues going on or anything going on outside of football, and just try to see if they can come to an understanding and see what's the problem.
There you go.
But
I will.
he's gonna have to get it together.
He'll get it.
I want him to do good. I want him to do good.
He's got so much skill. I will. We're going to go, man, and look for you on Monday Night Football. Is what I say, Monday night. All right.
All right, Ronbo, shout out to you, man. Shout out to TNT, everybody. Y'all know who y'all are, man. I'm out of here, man. Fuck the Rams, fuck Rudy. They lost Super Bowl and only scored 3 points. And I'm tired of saying they only got to all they're going to do is get 3 points. So, and they broke. All right, Ronbo.
Night, Will. And actually, I watched the Rams yesterday. They got some young secondary players. I must say, not bad. Curtis, thank you, Curtis. Says, nah, fam. Pettis was never a dog in college. Read his draft profile and even says he doesn't have an alpha male. God, did they put it in words? He says he doesn't have an alpha male personality. Dante. Oh, my God. Okay. He doesn't have to be the guy. He could be a secondary, the second tough guy, receiver. You got to have a number 1 tough guy, and then Dante compliments him. Okay, we got it. We might as well accept it. Rev, come on in here and read from the Book of Champions.
Man, oh man. Let me let's dive into it.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Shout out to my family worldwide, repping that beautiful red and gold 24/7, 365. Shout out to the man Ronbo for giving us this platform to speak our love and our frustration as faithful.
Pleasure.
Well, got that out the way. Let's dive into this book, family. We're gonna go to the Book of Willis. We're gonna go into the Book of Willis.
All right.
And you know, we all know the great number 52. Just that man, he just exemplified what it meant to be that leader on defense. And he has a real good quote. He says, "Power isn't just about going forward. It's about not letting anything hold you back." Let it sink in, family. Let it sink in. So, as I embark on the game yesterday, and I said yesterday that Warner and Alexander remind me of 52 and 53. Mm-hmm. I called a little heat for it in the chat room. And I just want to clarify it. You know, Bowman and Willis were the staple of our defense. The staple. Hands down, no best linebacking duo ever. In my opinion, as a 49er. And we've had many, many great linebackers come through our organization, but these two set the standard and set the bar of what it is to be leaders, and that's the key, to be leaders. I think Warner and Alexander, they have a flow about them. You know what I mean? Like they complement each other, and I like that. And what's surprising is one is 54 and one is 56. So, you know, 54, you're 2 away from 52, 3 away from 56. So I like that. Like I'm pretty sure these boys started looking at some Willis and Bowman film real deep. I believe it.
You know they did. They got them filmed right in the studio.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're a linebacker for the 49ers, how you not going to watch film about Willis and Bowman? That's just, you know what I mean? Like, come on, watch it. I want to give a special shout out to our punter. Yeah, the punter. Give it. Listen, this boy got a foot. He has a foot. The problem that I have, he put the Chiefs on the 3-yard line. And the Chiefs made a drive. So I kind of throw it on Salah's shoulders. Like, look, dude, if your punter is putting these boys on the 3-yard line, you need to bring a damn defensive package to shut shit down and get a 3-and-out or possible safety. Like, this kid got a foot. So, shout out to Mitch, man. Like, salutes, bruh. Like, he's going to set our defense up real good. Real good.
Constantly,
Ronbo, constantly. So, hey, shout out to that dude, man. Setting that defense up. Salah, you piss me off at times. You really do. But it's okay. You know, it's the season's about to come. But you got to give that punter credit. Like, if he's putting your boys in the position, come out with a kill package.
Wait till the season starts. They can't expose too much. Can't expose too much yet.
Oh, exactly. I understand that. But, you know, like I said, when I played football, my coach had a kill package. Anything that was 20 or less is called kill package. Go after them. And I really think, just think, if we bring a kill package in, you got Bosa, Buckner, Ford, Armstead. I feel for you. I personally feel that this defense, and I stick by it, defense wins championships. I don't think nobody's going to run 100 yards on us this year.
Not often.
I believe it. I don't see it, because the one thing that I do like is that, you know, we're getting after that ball. We're tackling a lot better this year than we have in the previous 2 years. So, you know, we hitting gaps, you know, getting assignments and things like that. To chime on what Will said, that play with Solomon Thomas, he touched and then he moved off. So, you know what I mean? He kind of got cooked, and yeah, that was a solid thing. You know what I'm saying? It was a design play. He just touched and moved off to the flat. But it is what it is. It's a learning lesson. We got that dub regardless. Yeah, the Chiefs scored. That's fine. But we turned around and scored and shut their asses out in the fourth. So we did what we had to do to close that game out. And that's the example we need to set this season. Defense wins championships, and this defense, by far, is ready to do what they need to do. And with that badass punter Mitch, hey, let me tell you, Mitch gonna put you. He gonna put you 10 yards or less. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
That's always gonna be the case. Rev, we bring it to a close so we get too long, because I'm late again. But yeah. But good stuff.
Hey, it's all good. Hey, shout out to everybody. Ronbo, I thank you. We love you. We appreciate the platform for speaking. We're ready to go. We faithful. Hey, Quest for 6, Week 1, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You already know what it is. And y'all know how I close this. In order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. Wait.
Yes.
Wait. Woo! Nature Boy be on Monday Night Raw. I'll holler at y'all, Ronbo. I think y'all be safe, be cool. 9 is for life, ready to go. Quest for 6 is how we do it. Oh, and by the way, the new names for Warner and Alexander is Pain and Punishment.
I like that a lot better. We got to get away from the hot boys. Good stuff, Rev. Mark that down.
Pain and Punishment. Pain and Punishment. I'll holler at you, Ronbo. I appreciate it, my brother.
Thanks, fam. Be looking for you, too. All right.
No doubt.
Here's Rev, Sunday Book of Champions readings. And Okie Niners, tired of Taylor McKinnon being hurt, should drop him. Okay, no. I understand about Taylor, but we just got McKinnon, and he's still recovering from that one time. ACL is serious business, especially for a running back. They got to be real careful bringing him back. You just can't rush him back out there. So if he comes back and gets hurt again after he's healed up, I guess then we can call him a injury guy. But right now, I think it's probably the same injury. But thanks, man, for the contribution. Hey, Sean! Come on in here, Sean, because I know you be watching.
What's up, buddy?
You be listening.
Buddy? I be listening, bro. I be listening. What's up, buddy?
Oh, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm just so delighted. We finally got a team that we could feel confident if they put it all together and stop clowning around and give Dante some testosterone shots or something. You know, once we get him rolling, man, that unit's gonna be tough.
That's the thing about Dante. You know, I'm upset with him too. But the thing about Dante, man, his personality is different. He's more of a finesse guy. You know, he's I don't want to say he's a smooth operator because the stats don't show it in the preseason, but he's a different cat. You know what I mean?
He still gets it done.
He's not that guy as far as, getting riled up and talking shit and doing all those things. It may come out of him later on, but as of right now, it's definitely that's not who he is. We
gotta admit to it.
Yeah. I mean, that's just not who he is, And I think he got 37 yards or something like that for the preseason, something like that.
Yeah,
he's got like half of Bourne. He's got like half of what Bourne has or some shit like that.
And he doesn't seem to be concerned. That's what I'm talking about, Sean. I need to see that eye of the tiger on his face every now and then. You see it in most players in one way or the other. But Dante seems like, another day. How you guys doing? I'm making pizza afterward. Hey, Dante, come on, man. You know what? I really wish there was something we could do to piss you off and it show. You know what I'm saying, John? I mean, to see some aggression or something.
Right. Yeah. After all, it is football, so I hear you. It is football, so I hear what you're saying, but that's just not
it's not
how
his
he
DNA.
that's just not how he makes his eggs. You know what I mean? That's just not that's just not how he does it. But
he's the
thing
best
I gotta say, man,
wide receiver rookie we've ever had. See, that's the friggin' strange thing about this. That is the best start for a 49er wide receiver rookie ever. So we need to leave him alone, don't we?
Until this season, until Debo show out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Until this season, Debo about to let loose, boy. Let me tell you, him and Richie James is about to. Oh my God, oh my God, him and Richie James. Whew, boy, let me tell you. But one thing that in these games, man, when we're behind, usually before, man, I would, get upset and get tense and everything. But I had like this weird, sense of it's gonna be okay. We're gonna pull this back. Like I was sitting in a chair, like not even concerned a little bit. Like, yeah, we gonna run this back. Don't even worry about it. And sure enough, man, we do. So, I mean, it's the depth that we got on this team is just phenomenal, man. And to the point where I'm looking at it like, yeah, that's how confident I am in the team right now. Like, man, that even if we get behind, last couple of seasons, if we got behind, we was like, oh shit, here we go, But even here in the preseason, man, I knew these young boys, man, these guys fight for a roster spot. They're going to pull their weight and try and make this shit happen. So yesterday when we got behind a little bit, I was like, watch this shit. We about to turn up. And sure enough,
great
man,
feeling,
so
knowing.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So like next year we can have a little bit more confidence, and we don't have to be fretting so much, and we don't have to be, that the chat line's not going to be blowing up when we're down 10 points because some shit's getting ready to happen. You know what I mean? Like that's not a feeling that we want to have being down, but
And dudes from every other team coming over to chat. I think you're 49ers now, boy. You all look like bleep again, don't you? I be reading all that stuff while I'm doing the program. It distracts me, boy. I want to just jump in them conversations so bad. But you're right. This team has resiliency. They're not going to just lay down. You think you got the 49ers beat? They'll come back on you now. And even when the real deal starts, you can see they have that within them. You're right. I like that fight. Yeah.
Right. It's a whole different. Now you're really starting to see this fruition come together, and it's good to see that. And another thing that, man, I know some guys are upset with Sal and whatever, but hey, man, he made sure that C gap was plugged yesterday. He made sure that C gap was plugged yesterday. They didn't hit that C gap like that yesterday, man, like they did against the Cowboys. You know what I mean? So it's little things that they putting it together. When we get to the season, we're gonna be really dialed in, man. And it's the little things. Now with Witherspoon, man, man. Hey, and another thing that I touched a while back. Remember, I was telling you how I'm worried about that slot. You know what I mean? So our slot is gonna be okay. We got some guys stepping up trying to make that shit happen, man.
Sean,
so,
let me go here. Let me hear you say it. Let me hear you say what about the slot? Who came in yesterday and showed how that position is supposed to be played with authority?
Oh, actually, there's actually two guys who actually played that slot nicely yesterday. That came in. DJ, there was, man.
Reed did a good job.
Did pretty good.
He did.
Mosley, he came in and put in some work a little bit. So it's hey, man.
But who was the master? Who was the one who was holding classes for them youngsters? My boy Dub. He was in playing that slot. I said, look at him.
Look, man, and I'll be the first one to say, when you asked me when he got hurt, would you be willing to resign J-Dub? I said no.
Yeah.
I said I like the guy. He's got all the potential in the world, but as far as just the history, it didn't make me feel right. I want to see how he's doing in week 7, week 8. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that then.
I do too. I want him to be on the field that long. J-Dub's on the field that many weeks, and mind you, Sean, he's a little rusty right now. He's human, but he looks better than the average player, even when he's rusty. That boy can play some football.
He can. Go ahead, bro.
No, I said we ran out of time. But go ahead and say one more thing, because I was talking too much. Go ahead. Take another 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Now, you know what? It slipped my mind. I'm going to go ahead and jump up off here, man. And, hey, Richie James is a lock, boy. Richie James is a lock. Forget about it. All right, brother.
So good to hear it, too. All right, Sean. Appreciate you, fam. Look for you tomorrow night, too, if you get some time.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's Monday Night Raw, baby. It's going down.
God, yes. Night, Sean.
Mm-hmm. You know me, the king of controversy. I'm out.
He is, too. Curtis McLeod says, we need Verrett to stay healthy all season because the pass rush won't mean anything if Spoon is giving up easy 5 or 6 yard completions all game long. But remember, Curtis, if the pass rush is all what we expect it to be, quarterback's going to look a lot like Jimmy G did against the Broncos last week. It makes it, trust me, even Spoon will have a good time if the quarterback looks like G had to look the first week or last week. Quarterbacks can't set up and just throw. And if they do, it's going to be short stuff because they got to get rid of that ball quick. It's some downfield shots when they're under no pressure that are dangerous. So as bad as we think Spoon is, when Ford, Bosa, and D-Buck get through with that quarterback along with his help, man, you'll see. Hey, Tony.
What up, Ronbo?
Tony.
How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going fabulous. You know, now that we know the pieces are falling into place, and Tony, we have how many blue chip starting players that won't be with us until opening day? And these guys are holding it down as it is. Tell you, it's a good feeling. But Tony, what are your observations on that game, man? And wait a minute. Where's Salvador Babisky? I want to say one more thing about that play with Solomon T. I think there's a little misunderstanding due to the fact that people want to blame Robert Saleh for everything that goes wrong. Sal had it all exactly right, because I saw the same thing. Okay, right here, stop. Solly was on coverage for TD, but there was a play where Solly had IQ and leaked out to the flat. Because if Solly was in coverage, if he was supposed to be in coverage, it wouldn't have been for an edge player. That was a running back got out there, and the box safety, if that had been Cam Chancellor, it would have been covered. You know what I'm saying? Kwaski screwed up. That wasn't a call on Salah. The ball carrier already had the ball. Solomon was going in. He looked to his right, and he started charging. And then he got to, and Solomon T was jamming because he got there so fast. He got there a split second after Kwaski, but it was too late. So, Sal and I saw the same thing. All right. And it's leaked out to the flat and jumped to tip a pass. So, anyway. All right. Hey, Tony, go ahead, man. What are you thinking about yesterday's fabulous display?
Well, for the thing with Solomon Thomas, which we were talking about, we can put it out there in the atmosphere, in the chats and everything. Because I thought, didn't last weekend, wasn't he also playing in the zone against the Broncos, right? He was playing like a seam flat, right?
And they rushed, and I think they rushed how many?
He had him do that in college, because I just watch his, I don't know why, I just watch his highlights again.
You
to
do
see why we got him. And he does have athletic. He's probably our most athletic D lineman, though, right?
Yeah,
he's
best,
but
fast.
As far as speed, he's the most athletic.
You just want to add an extra body in that retreat. Yeah, you do that. Because when they rush 3, I think the 49ers can afford this year to rush. What if you just rushed, let's see, you got DeForest Buckner in the middle, of course. You take your big end. So that'd be Buck. Go ahead and put Bosa. I mean, you know what? You're going to have to put Ford in there, too, because Ford does not do anything more better than he does rush. Can you imagine? I want to see a quarterback's face when he's got Ford, Buckner, and Bosa, and everybody else is retreating to flood the zone. You see the quarterback? Okay, stop. Go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry. I tend to get carried away. But go ahead.
Well, we're going to find out what happens with that D-line, who's going to play what, who's going to be in there for the run plays. Right now, as we know, Eric Armstead is a little bit better of a run stopper than a pass rusher right now. He might be the most powerful D-lineman on the team, even though DeForest Buckner is good. He just blows guys off the line. He just hasn't translated to his pass rushing. But, a lot of people talking about Pettis, and I'm not done with Pettis at all, but the things I'm hearing is not very good. He needs to step it up. Kendrick Bourne last year led the team in catches, yards, not too much, 45 for like 487, right?
And Pettis is only behind him by
Dante
20
Pettis
yards.
had, 27 for like 27 catches for 467. So, I mean, we know what he can do. I mean, does he have the dog in him? I don't know. Just make the catches. I'm sure there's a lot of receivers that don't have dog in them. Does everybody have to have a dog in them? Is everyone Anquan Bolden?
Yeah.
It's not everybody's Anquan
got extra
Bolden.
dog
Just make
in
the
him.
catch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're good enough, if like he can, he does have a good separation off the line. I don't know. He just needs to step it up, period, though. So, but he's not going to get cut. I don't think so.
Oh, no. There's no chance of that. I mean, he was the best
and
receiver.
Jalen Hurd, was he playing last night? I didn't see him.
No, he's got back stiffness. Yeah, he's out.
Okay.
He's out.
Okay. So, last week, I said something about, Tevin Coleman being a better catcher than Matt Breida. But I don't know if I necessarily think that. What I meant was, not trying to backtrack, but I just meant that's his thing, right? Tevin Coleman is supposed to be a good
That's true.
running back. That's like McKinnon's thing. He's supposed to be a good. I mean, he didn't drop any passes last year, but we just didn't do that a lot with him.
Matty B hasn't missed a pass yet.
That's just supposed to be his little niche.
You know that, right? Matty B has not dropped a pass his way yet.
I know that.
Since last year. He was the best receiving running back because the volume wasn't that high, but he never missed one. Amazing.
Yeah, I know he never dropped a pass at all. I just know that's not what he's known for, like Tevin Coleman. And
not yet,
McKinnon
but he's only been in the league a couple of years.
But I think he's good at that. But he's great at running the ball. I think he's a better runner than both those guys by far.
I love that.
I mean, even if Tevin Coleman was to start, I already knew that Matt Breida would be our running back. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to be Matt Breida running the ball, Tevin Coleman as a backup runner, and keep him out there for pass plays, and then bring McKinnon in on third down whenever he gets back, if he does get back. But
you're going to see that. You're going to see.
And Ward, you didn't say something about J-Dub. You didn't say anything about J-Dub, though. You didn't say anything about Jimmie Ward.
Who?
Jimmie Ward.
What about him?
He looked decent yesterday. They put him in the slot a few times.
He played some safety too, but he started in the slot.
So what are they going to do? They're going to bring are they going to put Jimmie Wards out there and then put Jimmy in the slot and then bring Moore out to play free safety?
No. K1, that's K1's job. Yeah, K1's not here right now. He's injured, right? So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't bad at that, though. I know he had that horrible start to his career at slot, and he can never stay healthy, so you can never say what Jimmie Wards is going to be or what he's doing.
Yeah.
But he wasn't horrible at slot the last couple of years he played it.
No, actually,
let's think about it, right? I mean, he's probably still played more slot corner in his nickel corner in his career than he has at safety, though, right?
And we had Eric Reed. The thing is, Jimmie Wards, his versatility, you can put him anywhere. He'll do better in one spot than he will. His corner's his weakness. You put him in a slot, and you put him in safety.
Know.
Yeah, you put him. Well, we do. We saw him at corner. He was okay, but nothing really great. But you put him in slot, and you put him at safety. Now you've got the best of Jimmie Wards. So that's what they're going to do.
I just mean you don't know what they're going to do with the safety matchups. You might bring Jaquiski and Tart, replace a linebacker, maybe for a certain play.
Because I heard it's going to be a little different
Warner
this year.
That can coverage.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be exciting, man.
I know.
We know who's going to make the team now. I guess it's all about the backups and the D linemen. Hey, Moore got 2 sacks, and Moore's been consistent this whole preseason.
Tony, we got to go. But hey, what? Let me see you tomorrow. Finish up here. All right?
All right, man. Have a good night, man.
You too, Tony. All right. Let's call in Dr. Phil. Phil!
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil. And here we are. Now, last night. Can you hear me?
Ronbo.
Phil.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I was yelling at you the whole time. Phil, hey, come on in here and lay some of that Phil flavor on this conversation tonight. We're going like from everywhere, from Jimmy G on down to Dante Pettis, and we're gonna give him some. Let's see, we're gonna put him out.
Let me tell you a little bit of history because I'm an old guy, right? So
go ahead.
The first 2 years of Jerry Rice, the fans were bitching about his abilities to catch the ball and how aggressive he was. And Dwight Clark came out and said, no, this guy's the real deal. And everybody bought into it because Dwight was king.
Yeah.
And Jerry Rice, people were not impressed with Jerry Rice the first few years. So ease up on Dante. Give him a chance.
There you go, guys. Stop it. All right.
Stop it. Let's go. I mean, we got this guy. He's going to be good. I have confidence in Shanahan's ability to pick players. And you know what? He's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Just need some time.
It's just the attitude, Phil. You don't have to shave with a butcher knife to prove your manhood. But we just want to see Dante just be a little tougher and have a little attitude.
Come. It'll come.
It probably will.
Just give it a little bit of time. This is his second year.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
That's true. That is true, Phil.
So I gotta defend Joe Staley, who's been in the league 15 years or whatever, and now Dante Pettis has been in for 2. So
that's true.
I'll take the full gambit there.
We don't wait. You know how we do, Phil. A lot of us get a little carried away. I'm in between. Some people are just extremely bad.
I was watching John Brody at Kezar Stadium. That's how old I am. So,
Brody in the alley-oop.
I had McNeil and Bruce Taylor and Dave Wilcox. Those were the guys that I watched when I was
Ring of Honor.
So yeah, I used to pick up cushions for a nickel a piece at Kezar Stadium. So,
right.
Yeah.
You are authentic, Phil. God.
Yeah.
All right.
I go way back. So anyway.
I wish they would redo Kezar, actually. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I wish they'd redo Kezar myself. What a beautiful place. A perfect setting.
Yeah. So, I mean, back then it held 60,000 and bench seats and the whole bit. You know, my mom used to take me to the games, and those were the days. You know, so I grew up a 49er fan from the time I was knee high. But anyway, as far as Solomon Thomas goes, I think he was trying to do a Justin Smith. Remember that Justin Smith play where Justin Smith ran all the way down the field and tried to knock the ball out?
Yeah.
And they did it against the Vikings, I think it was. And so I mean,
Solomon's got that kind of athleticism.
Yeah. So he's trying to hustle, you know, and so. But I think.
Is that Dante? That's Dante. He's over your place.
Oh well, I got the dog here. But anyway. So anyway, I just wanted to say, you know, ease off. Jerry Rice was, you know, criticized the first few years. Remember him dropping balls and fumbling and the whole bit. And so, you know, we'll be fine. I think, you know what? Looking at what the team did under, you know, hostile environment, Kansas City's not an easy place to play. The crowd was yelling, and it was preseason. You know what I'm interested in is what the cuts are going to be.
The who?
You know,
the cut cuts coming up this weekend, yeah. And we'll be talking about that later.
I mean, so, you know, I think Kyle's going to stick with his veteran players.
I do too.
Guys he knows.
I really do.
I don't think he's going to change. When it comes down to someone like, you know, Bourne versus Matthews, I think he's going to go with Bourne.
You get a lot of argument.
He's going to start Jimmie Wards in the safety position because he knows Jimmy's going to tackle and he's going to be able to do plays. And Moore's going to be the future, no doubt about it. He's going to be the free safety of the future, but I don't think he's ready yet. You know, I just think you got to go with the veterans.
Yeah, in this case, because Jimmy's seen it all.
You know, correct, but he hasn't played in any of the games, so I'm concerned about that. And you got Akello. You know, and the other thing is, Verrett would match up against Tariq Hill or someone like that pretty well, right? You know, because they're both quick and speedy and can be able to turn their hips pretty quickly. But Akello, I think, matches up with Mike Evans better against Tampa than maybe Verrett does.
There's a good point, Phil. We're going to attack this game more. Let's say goodnight to you right now. And let's see you back tomorrow.
I'll move on. I just
good
wanted
stuff,
to say that Jerry had his problems too, and he turned out to be the greatest of all time. So,
ain't that the truth? It didn't work out that way too. All right, Phil.
Bipolar.
All right. No.
So anyway, talk to you later, man.
All right, Phil. Have a good night. Later. Thanks, Phil. All right. And quickly we go to Dre. Oh my God, we gotta Dre.
What's happening, Mike?
Hey, Dre. Man, I'm telling you, I after sleeping on all this, I said, man, that was good. That was a better game than I even knew. So, but Dre, what do you feel, man? As you see tonight, people are getting all over Dante. We just want him to man up, right? But maybe, like Phil says, let Dante alone. He'll be fine.
Everybody has different, everybody, what I've noticed in the world today is people always want motherfuckers to be somebody that they not. Dante is not the dog type, bro. Yeah. He's a finesse, quick, shifty, nice route running wide receiver, bro. If you want the dog to come out of him, bro, you might as well go ahead and wait and you'll fucking be dead. You know what I'm saying? People need to allow people to be who they are. You know what I'm saying? Me, I've seen the talent that this kid has. You know, I live in the Northwest, so I watched him at Washington University, and I know you remember I had him picked in my draft. You know what I mean?
I picked him up in mine too.
And I had him as a third rounder. We got him in the second. I feel it could be some issues going on, but we really don't know. You know what I'm saying? We really don't know. And we're not going to know until the real season comes. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that Dante Pettis is going to produce. You know what I'm saying? He has looked like stir-fried shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making no excuses for
but he ain't
his
taking this
performances.
serious. And that's it, Dre.
Yeah.
You're right. He's not taking preseason seriously because he's too good.
I don't think so, bro. Yeah, he's too good not to be producing some, at least making some flashes, you know what I'm saying? And he hasn't made flashes against first teamers, you know what I mean? It's been late in games. But overall, I think Dante's going to be all right. I rewatched the game, last night. I was up a long time. Took some notes. All right, Ronbo. So do you know what side of the line that Solomon Thomas lined up on, the whole game?
No, I wasn't paying that much close attention. Where was he?
He lined up on the right side, which is the same side as Ahkello Witherspoon. Okay. Now, do you know what Robert Saleh seen? He's seen that Ahkello was so weak that he put Solomon Thomas back in his zone drop to help Ahkello Witherspoon. As a matter of fact, one of the passes where Tyreek Hill caught, it was nearly like tenths of an inch over Solomon Thomas's hand, and he damn near batted the ball down. So what that shows is Saleh knows how weak Witherspoon is against a dynamic wide receiver. That's really fucking bad. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. You put one of your rushers, you put one of your edge guys back in zone protection to pray to God that he bats a fucking ball down for Ahkello Witherspoon. That's not a good sign. And on the play where they scored the touchdown, that wasn't designed, okay? He already had a tackle on him, and they swung a guard around. Before the guard could even get around to double him, Solomon Thomas recognized that it was a screen and started running towards the running back. Right. Damn near ran him down, and Kwasi T ran into him. And that wasn't a design play. Some people who call, bro, I don't know what the fuck y'all be. Y'all motherfuckers don't know football, bro.
Yes, I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a design play.
Yeah.
Solomon Thomas was rushing. You know what I'm saying? Then he had the tackle on him. He recognized the play, backed off it, and ran towards the running back, and then there ran him down.
Exactly.
And then on another play, wide receiver caught the ball. Solomon Thomas ran from the opposite side of the field to the right hash and chased him down on a 13-yard completion. Solomon Thomas was balling, bro. Let's get off of this notion that was a design play.
Yeah, that's Solomon. That's Solomon. That's
he recognized what was going on.
Yeah. He's just quick and alert.
Yeah, man. But as far as some of the zones where he dropped back, yes, he did that a few times, and it was to help Ahkello Witherspoon's bum ass. You know what I'm saying? Ahkello is just horrible.
All right,
if Ahkello is lining up against a Dante Moncrief, he might be okay. You know what I'm saying, when we play the Steelers. But if he's lining up against a Juju, or a Tyreek Hill, or a Larry Fitz, you could call it.
He'll never get they'll never put him up against Fitz. Fitz always comes out of the slot.
I'm just making an analogy. You know what I'm saying?
Like he's not a guy that's gonna line up. Oh, that example is just Fitz would just kill him.
He's not a guy. He's not a guy that's gonna line up against a premier wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely does show that he's gonna be a rotational guy. I can't wait for Brett to go back. Another good thing I've seen, Jimmie Wards was like all over the field.
I know.
Rambo.
I'm telling you.
He was all over the field. As a matter of fact, he's the one who came up and made that hit against Patrick Mahomes when we damn near had the sack. You know what I'm saying? When Buckner Armstead was back there, and he somehow got out of that. So that was a good sign. And that's usually and that's a play where he led with that same shoulder. You know what I'm saying, that he injured, and he got up, and he wasn't injured.
No fear. So, that's what worries me. He ain't scared. I kind of sometimes I wish he would be, so he can stay out there a little longer. But Jimmy, on every play, full commitment. That's a football player, Drake.
Yeah.
That's a serious football player.
Yeah. So it was a beautiful thing to see. We were without, if you count Quan, if you count Kiwan, if you count Verrett, if you count D Ford, both we were without 4 starters, and we held the best offense in the league to 10 points
still
in the first half. And that
Trey,
touchdown shouldn't even have happened, Robbo.
I know.
Shout out to the TNT fam, Trey Tress, Big Show, my play partner Will, Jay Fresh, Bob Money, Shay Lewis, Russo, all the guys, man. We have one more game on Thursday, and then proof is in the pudding.
Real deal.
So I'll see y'all tomorrow, bro.
All right, Dre. Looking for you. Thanks, fam.
All right.
Good night. Hey, yo, Leon.
What up, Ronbo?
Leon, man, sit back here gloating.
Oh yeah, we gotta gloat, bro. We gotta gloat. Jimmy G, he looked as Quan says, he looked legendary. Like
Yes.
we do, we doing
Bottom
okay,
line.
man.
Got a QB back, and all's quiet in the Golden West. Because, Leon, it was getting a little crazy up in here. People already got Jimmy. They trading him. They put him on the bench. I mean, some nasty, nasty things to my quarterback. I felt like T.O. It's my quarterback. Come on, man. Come on. But go ahead, Leon.
Man, first let me say this, man. This defense, first, Weatherspoon gotta go, bro.
Everybody started with Spoon.
He's trash. He's trash.
Oh,
Dre said he's trash. Will said he's trash. Everybody and their mama said he's trash tonight. He's trash. Yeah, that has to change, bro. We need Jason Verrett to get healthy sooner than later. Oh, and you were talking about the name of Quan and
Hot
Warner.
Boys. Yeah.
The Hot Boys. My dad hit me up a couple of days ago. Was like, next time you go to Ronbo, he said, tell him I think it should be called the Pack, like a wolf pack. I said, all right, I'll let him know. So I think that should be called the Pack. Because them dudes, Ronbo,
but Green Bay carries that name, no, Leon, I think.
Yeah, everybody likes it. Ain't like somebody has it. Okay, we're going to figure it out, though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hot Boys. We definitely got to move with Hot Boys, though, because Hot Boys, that's Dallas. Well, we don't even nothing like Dallas. Oh, so, it's a dilemma. Rev came up with Pain and, was it Pain and Punishment?
Pain and Punishment? Yeah. That works. I like that one, too. I like that one, too. But, man, it's, I think this season's about to be interesting, Ronbo. Yeah. And everybody, as far as Dante's concerned, I think everybody has in their head that he's supposed to be our number one receiver because that's what everybody's been saying.
Talent-wise,
yeah. Yeah, but no, that don't have to be the case, man. I mean, we don't got to kick him to the curb like everybody wants to. He just may not be the number one receiver, that's all. It might be Debo, it might be Jalen Hurd. I mean, it might be somebody else. Might be Richie James. Richie James making this team, Ronbo.
Wouldn't it be special? Richie James came from we picked up 6th or 7th round. 7th.
Yeah, 6th. That's one of them, yeah.
Anyway.
He's making the team.
Yes.
He's making the team, Ronbo.
But from that, far down on the draft, he goes to number one receiver. That would be, how incredible of a story would that be? Hard work, determination.
I mean, somebody's going to take, if Dante doesn't want the number one spot, somebody's going to take it. That's bottom line.
Pick your 3 candidates. All right, you want to put Richie James in? Let's put Richie in there. You got Debo, another candidate. Mm-hmm. Look out for Jalen Hurd. I tell you, man, who would you pick?
Those are my 3.
Yeah,
Those are my 3, Ronbo. Those are my 3 because Kendrick keeps dropping passes, man. I know that's your boy, but
I know he is. He is, and Kendrick's a compliment.
I think he makes the team.
Yeah.
I think he makes the team, Ronbo, but he don't stop dropping passes, man. When I saw that, man, he was wide open.
He makes a lot, Leon. Come on now. He makes a lot.
Come on,
he misses some key passes, but he makes a lot of receptions. It's just that the ones he misses are dramatic. Oh.
Yeah, they are. Well, that one play last night, that wasn't his fault. That was Nick Mullins overthrew the ball. I'm like,
no, that wasn't him. That was Jordy Matthews.
Oh, that's Jordan. I knew it was somebody. I knew somebody 80-something. I was like, what the?
81.
How do you overthrow that much? And he's wide open like that. I said, man, Nick, you about to make CJ look good in a minute.
Kyle got mad. He said Jordan should have put a little more effort into it.
Yeah, he could have ran a little harder underneath to try to catch the ball. I mean, come on.
He should have ran a deeper route.
Something. They just, I don't know. Kendrick makes the team, but as far as taking the number one spot, honestly, if we be honest with ourselves, Debo balling, bro. Debo's balling. He's not playing. I wish they would run him on a little bit. He's always running on the inside and those under routes. But man, I want to see his speed, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him get on the outside.
He's got plenty of it. He's got to work on Kyle's system first. They'll have him ready. They might have him ready in the first day. Kyle's not showing everybody everything. All you're seeing out there right now is raw talent. Ain't no plays. They're just playing regular football. You got your basic plays, of course, but they're not running anything special. You may see, but just exactly what you're asking for, Leon. We got to go, though, fam. Let me
go ahead, bro.
Let me look for you tomorrow, huh?
All right, sound good, Ronbo. As I always say, man, Niners since a minor was the nation to an empire. We got this,
right? They might have ready the first day.
I love it.
Kyle's not showing it.
All right. And now, he is one of the founding members of TNT, hailing from Atlanta, GA. He is Trez. Woo! TNT. Where did he find that track? Trez. I love it. Trez. Just a little bit, Trez.
Hold that red up there in Ronbo. Put some red and gold all up in it.
Boy, I said, throw it over here. Let me give it behind the back. Boy, that's just, Trez! Boy, I know you got some things to say about this, Trez. Come on in here.
Well, Ronbo, you know, TNT gives it to you straight, direct, and raw. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I see y'all singing the praises of one Richie James now.
I tell
you. But, I'm wondering who was the first person saying, oh, no, Richie James has more versatility to him than Trent Taylor. Trent Taylor ain't making this thing. Richie James is. I remember somebody saying that a long time ago, Ron. You know that?
I do.
That?
I know.
Okay, all right. I thought so. Yeah. But everybody want to sing the Richie James song. You know what I'm saying? When I was telling y'all a long time ago.
I'm telling you. I'm admitting it.
By the way, Ronbo, have you seen Trent anywhere?
I seen him up in the stands last week. He was peeping down from the booth.
Getting a hot dog and a soda, right?
Yeah.
What have you done for this team lately? But stayed on the injury reserve list. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. He ain't making this team. He didn't. But anyway,
Trez, he makes the team. He ain't gonna be out there for a few weeks. But I wonder, Trez. So you know what? If they put him on the IR, I wonder what they're gonna do with him. Actually, you can't put him on the PUP because you got to wait too long to bring him back. And Trez, Kyle loves him some Trent Taylor. He ain't gonna leave him out any longer than he has to.
I just don't see the infatuation with Trent. Trent doesn't bring anything to he's a one-trick pony. He doesn't bring anything. We're loaded at the wide receiver position, Ronbo. We don't need Trent right now. Put his ass on the IR for the whole season. I'm just serious. If you want to keep him that bad, shit. I'm just telling the truth here now.
I can't argue.
Look at it how you want to look at it. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody told me, like you hear people say, "Oh, preseason don't mean nothing," you tell them a lie. Preseason do mean something. Preseason builds character and it builds chemistry.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Those are the most two important factors that preseason brings about with a team. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right.
all the people that sit up there and say preseason don't mean that, bullshit, bro. Bullshit.
You
I just want to touch on a few things, bro. Last night, O-line was better than the last game. People all around Jimmy G the last game. This one they gave him a clean pocket. He pretty much the majority of the time he was there, he had a clean pocket to throw from. Although I would like to see Jimmy step into some throws. He's still throwing flat-footed and relying on his athleticism with his arm. Even though he got a sweet throw. But just need to see a little bit, more improvement there out of Jimmy G. And look, everybody, quit singing the Jimmy G praise, man. Okay, quit pulling his chain. Jimmy G is $100 million quarterback. This is what $100 million supposed to goddamn get you. Okay, 137. But I'm just saying, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is not something new. This is what's supposed to happen. This is how he's supposed to look. So quit pulling his chain. Okay, that's how he's supposed to look day one. A1. All right. So we're gonna move on from that. Only thing I didn't like about our defense last night was we didn't get any pressure on that first unit. When Mahomes was in there, we didn't get no pressure, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that because we've been getting good pressure on the quarterback. So that's something we got to work on right there. Our biggest takeaway from last night for me is our special teams play. This is going to be big for us this year, Ronbo. In order to make a Super Bowl run, man, your special team has to be on point, and I think we have an on-point special team. That is a vital part of the team.
Indeed. One of the best units we got. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, and Dante Johnson is out playing my boy Witherspoon right now.
I thought I'd never hear the day.
I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, I really don't. I'm at a lost words on that one, but it is what it is. Okay.
Damn.
If Dante Pettis, I'm call him Sweet Feet Dante. Sweet Feet need to get with Jerry Rice and do some training with Jerry. He needs to run the hill, Ronbo. He needs to get with Jerry and know what it is to be a professional. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's taking stuff for granted at this point, man. Ain't nothing for granted in the NFL, baby. You know, it's just how it is. It's just not.
That's a good perspective.
So
taking things for granted.
Sweet Feet Pettis, you need to get with the Hall of Famer and say, hey, man, how did you become this Hall of Famer? You know what I'm saying? What did it take? He got to get that drive that Jerry had to become one of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Well, the greatest in my opinion. But, you know, hey.
Hardest working man in football for the longest time. He's like the Kobe Bryant of the NFL. Work himself to death.
Because Sweet Feet, you know, I watch Sweet Feet sometime out there, Ronbo, and he trips over his own feet sometimes. You know, he's a good route. So, but he trips over himself sometimes. You know, so I think he could get with Jerry Rice, and Jerry Rice can take him to that next level. You know what I'm saying? Not ready to give up on him. No, sir.
No, he's got stuff, Trez. He just has to bring it to the table. Trez, wait for game one. I have a feeling Dante, he might have some Allen Iverson in him. He's not crazy about practice. Trey, look like you're plotting about to take over because we ran out of time.
So, shout out to the whole TNT fam. I'm going to let my partner take over. All
right. Like Trez. Trey. All right. Like Trez. There he is. And now, the other half of TNT's founding foundation. He is Trey from VA. Trey, I love them entrances, man.
Finally. And I do mean finally. Brother Ronbo, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm just swimming in joy. I tell you, it's just a wonderful thing.
Trez coming through with the heat. Shout out to the other members of TNT. Shout out to the chat, everybody. It's been, I just feel so warm inside about tonight. So,
well, Trez just pointed that out.
So cute and so cuddly. It's been just so nice. You know, everybody's gay. You know, Ronbo, are we breaking our arms, tapping ourselves on the back, right? Because
I got my pads on. I can't hurt myself.
I watched the game a few times. I've taken a few notes, if you don't mind. Shout out to my partner, Dre. You know what I'm saying? Solomon Thomas was guarding that running back. That was his job. It was a zone dog blitz. Actually, if you take a look at the film, I watched it 3 times. It was a zone dog.
I looked up late.
And Solomon's job was this was his job. His job was to chuck the running back, shadow him out to the flat, because that's what the play looked like it was going to. But then the running back did a wheel route, obviously turned it up, and he was caught in no man's land. But what I'm mad at Robert Saleh is Solomon is not a guy I want dropping in coverage ever. We're talking about putting him inside a defensive tackle on rush downs. Why is he on the perimeter guarding people? Secondly.
Okay, who was playing inside?
I don't know, Ronbo. Give me a more athletic player on the edge.
No.
Sorry, please.
No, I'm just wondering if Solomon was dang near in linebacking position.
Okay. It looked like on the edge we actually had a linebacker come in. Now, I didn't see the number. I wanted to say it was Fred, but we had a linebacker. We had somebody coming off the edge, and he dropped the end off. Obviously, just your basic defensive drop, your basic zone dog drop. But my problem with that play was Jaquiski Tartt as a box safety playing center field. Why did you put him in a position to have to make that tackle? Why, Robert Saleh? Still questioning you in the preseason, huh? Okay, we're going to watch that. We're going to watch that. We're just, I mean, but
it could be a learning experience, so it is preseason. So and maybe they were just trying something.
Yeah. Well, no, I just don't appreciate Robert Saleh putting two players in positions that they don't need to be in. You can have Jimmie Wards out there. You can have Tavares Moore center field safety. But let's talk about the guys that we liked, Ronbo. How about shout out to Richie James. Everybody's feeling it now, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Richie James. Shout out to Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel's going over the middle fearless. On that play that he called that 21-yarder over the middle, he was the only receiver on that play. That was a maximum protection play. He ate that zone up fearless as a rookie went over the middle, showed that. Now, when we said we want our players to have dog, Ronbo, I understand people saying you can't force it on nobody, but this is what you can force it on. Jerry Rice had that dog in him, that inner dog to work out, to run those hills, to be the best. I'm not sure Dante has that. If you've played football, now, this is only for my people that have played football. If you've never played football, you're not going to understand this analogy, right? This is the type of guy. This is my people that have played football, though. Dante Pettis is the guy that runs back to the coach after the play and complains about why the pass was intercepted instead of fighting and breaking up the pass from being intercepted. Does that make sense?
Yes,
and that's
indeed.
what we mean, that dog, you know. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's like, oh, coach, he got in front of me. Oh, coach, he threw it short. No, no, you get in front of the end. And on that play near the end zone, Jimmy almost threw a pick and triple coverage. That's what it is.
And Kyle told him, Kyle's always having to tell Jimmy, don't
everybody's
do
singing
that.
praises. Don't nobody want to talk about that play, right?
Kyle did. Kyle made it clear that was a play he doesn't ever want to see again. But at the same time, you got to blame Dante a little bit.
That guy. Throw that to Debo.
If it's Jalen or Debo, yes. Yeah.
Ronbo, I'm calling it now. Y'all going to be real frustrated this season. I've seen it already. Dante has caused Jimmy to throw at least 2 or 3 picks because he thought Dante was going to fight for it. He thought Dante was going to be
Jimmy should know better, too, then.
Am I lying?
Stop testing him. Yes, I agree.
Think about it. It's not always miscommunication. No, sometimes the receiver just don't want to go in there and get that contact. Sometimes he don't fight through that jam. And the corner beat him off the line, run the route better than he do. So that's what we talk about when we say we want to see the dog. I want to see you fight for those yards. I want to see you practice hard. I want to see you. Man, hold up. Ain't this the same guy that the Denver Broncos was just clowning? Weren't their players just clowning Dante in practice?
Badly.
But we don't want to see no dog in them. Man. It's grown men.
Oh, God.
We grown men. Like, we ain't taking that from us, and we ain't taking that from no other team. So, Dante, we're going to need you to put your big boy britches on. We need you to toughen up a little bit. So, you're going to play in the fourth quarter of a preseason game.
I know, I enjoyed that. Trey, I can't believe it. We're out of time already. But listen, bring it back tomorrow, will you? Because this is that time of season where we get to see a lot of Trey.
Monday night, we coming to with the heat, man. Yes. We appreciate you. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the chat, man. It's going down, man. Appreciate you, Ronbo, and everybody.
Hey.
Hit that like for my brother, all right?
Thanks, Trey. See you tomorrow night. It's Trey. We got dual TNT. Got both of them in it tonight. And we actually several members. So we had Dre was in here and a few others. We need Big Show to come in here. So Big Show did a number on me the other day. I'll get him though. Hey, Mike.
James, bitch. Man, I've been, man.
I knew that was going to get started. But I'm probably going to be T-shirts like that later. Because he makes this team. Oh, God. Hey, Mike.
Man,
Mike, count it down.
I want to talk about what nobody's talking about.
But wait, one more thing. I just want to say this. I'm looking at my receivers now. Okay, we already know about the 3, Debo, of course, Jalen, and Dante. They've made the team by virtue of nothing more than being the last 2 years' draft picks. After that, you got Marquise Goodwin. Most likely, that's 4. And number 5, who do we say was number 5? Oh, that's Trent Taylor. Even though everybody wants him thrown out of here. And then now, who is number 6? If there's only going to be 6, it was going to be between Richie, of course, Kendrick Bourne, and Jordan Matthews. You can no longer not count Richie. You know what? I think we're seeing it. Richie James is the chosen one.
Well, he's in. I've been saying this, man. I've been telling you. I've been arguing with you. You've been laughing at me about it, but Richie James has been there. He's always been there since last year. But I don't know who the last guy is going to be, and I don't care if it's the 5 guys in front of him. You know, our top 5 guys is good enough. Then you add George Kittle. But I don't think Tevin Coleman's going to – I don't know if he makes the team or if he doesn't make the team.
Mike.
Tevin Coleman, he ain't going to be there playing that much.
Mike, you always come up with these things. Tevin Coleman is definitely going to play.
Right, don't I? Don't I always end up being right?
No. Remember, you're the guy who drafted the wrong guy.
Where was I wrong?
As a matter of fact,
tell me when I was wrong.
Your draft pick. Listen, I don't even have I heard anything more about your draft pick since then?
Well, it was Nick Bosa, but I've been right about Nick Bosa.
You didn't pick Nick Bosa. You picked that guy from Clemson.
Hell no, I didn't want Nick Bosa. I told you
were
Nick
wrong.
Bosa, he's going to be hurt. Well, okay, but what? Cleveland Farrell, was he a top 5 pick? Cleveland Farrell, top 5 pick or not?
I've not heard anything about
Richie
Cleveland
James.
Farrell. Have you heard anything about Cleveland Farrell since
You
he
don't
got
remember
drafted?
Cleveland Farrell? You don't remember
do.
me? You okay.
I've said I've not heard a thing about him since he got drafted.
I didn't want Nick Bosa.
Well, yeah, lots of people didn't.
Bosa, but I told you he's going to be hurt the whole time.
Well, we'll see. Season hasn't started.
But the thing is, Tevin Coleman, is the moment he gets touched, he's down. The moment.
Mike,
he can't drive through anybody.
Mike.
I guarantee you it'll be Breida and Raheem Mostert will be the top 2 backs by week 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Just for the fun of making this wager, okay. Mike, if it doesn't happen, will you admit that this day, August 25th, that you said Tevin Coleman would not be a part of this running back starting duo, and that indeed Mostert would leave special teams and come on over and start next to Matt Breida?
Matt Breida, yes.
All right.
By week 3,
I just want to make that clear.
At the latest, week 5. At the latest, week 5.
Well, I'm saying, if we get enough injuries.
It's on tape.
Yeah, could be.
Tevin Coleman, he might get injured. You see, he's not the same running back. He's not the same running back he was even last year.
Tevin Coleman's an excellent running back.
Go back and watch the tape.
Mike, you can't.
Go back. I'm watching the game right now.
Too small a sample, Mike. You got to have more than one game. He was fine last week. Okay, if he had a slower game this week, that's not the whole show.
He's fine if he doesn't get touched. That's what I'm saying. He's fine if he doesn't get touched.
All right, I'm not going to talk you out of that. I don't want to. I'll just wait till week 4.
Well, I wanted to bring that up because no one's bringing it up.
Well, because it's not true.
How about that?
Listen, it's going to be Matt Breida and Tevin Coleman to start the season, I assure you, and that'll go on.
It's going to start the season.
If Coleman gets hurt, then the next guy up.
Well, yeah, it'll probably. He's either going to get hurt or Mostert's just going to play over him because Coleman can't gain anything.
Well, like I say,
Thomas
too much from one game, Mike. You're taking way too much from one game. But anyway, Mike, give me some other stuff.
No, that's not from one game. That's not from one game. But
did you watch the Denver game?
No. Yes.
Was he soft? Was he getting beat up?
As soon as he was down after contact.
Well, everybody does. He ran through tackles. Not every tackle was taken down. Okay, Mike. Because we're taking too much time on this. Nobody's going to talk you out of Tevin Coleman being weak.
Yeah, I don't want to.
He's led the league as a running back. He's led the league in touchdowns. Mike, this guy goes 8 a year. This is insane of a conversation. But anyway, give me some other things.
I know, but you know what I like was Eric Armstead.
What?
He looks really good.
Fine.
Solomon Thomas looks like he's in amazing shape.
Yeah. They're going to be fine.
O-line looks good when we have all our starters in there.
True. We need our center, though. Although Garland wasn't that bad yesterday.
The line looked good, man. Staley did get beat one time. He got full, but he was off the ball. He was complete. I mean, he must have been watching that Denver film, and people were making fun of him in the film room and all kinds of stuff because that was a horrible game in Denver. But this game, he was off the ball immediately. I noticed when they're in shotgun, Our right guard, he taps the center, letting them know everyone's good, and the center drops his head straight down. And the moment the center puts his head straight down, before the ball even leaves the center's hand, Staley's already up and off the ball in shotgun plays.
Timing. You got to do the right time until you get a flag.
And Dante Pettis is always the last one off the line. You were talking about it. That was one thing I've noticed. He's always the last one off the line.
Yeah.
There's some place people are 3 yards down the field, and Dante Pettis is still rocking back to take off.
All right.
So, but I'm hoping it seems like he's not taking it seriously.
Yeah,
it's preseason. He looks like he's confident. He looks like he's feeling good. He's confident. He's just like, whatever, this is preseason. Let's get the show going.
All right. Mike, we got to stop. Our time's up. Let me see you tomorrow.
All right. The greatest show on earth, San Francisco 49ers offense.
There you go. All right, Mike. I look forward to tomorrow to get some time, huh?
Hey, yeah, but I got some money for you coming up here, buddy.
No, that's okay, Mike.
Oh, no, man. Hey, look, one thing is you talk 49ers football every single day, and I don't know how you do it because I couldn't do it. I would go crazy. I would probably start to dislike the 49ers if I talked about them every day.
You got to love them deeply, man. All right.
I got to give it, if I want to talk football, I can tweet you, pull you up or whatever, so thank you for that, man.
You're welcome, Mike. It's a pleasure, fam. All right, Mike.
Hey,
see you tomorrow.
Raheem Mostert gets Mostert yards than everyone else.
Well, there you go. I can't argue. Good night, Mike. Hey, Night Hawk.
Hey, what's up?
Night Hawk.
What's going on?
Oh, there you are. It sounded like you. I thought, wait a minute, who is that impersonating Nighthawk? Nighthawk is, with great pleasure, I say the 49ers have their quarterback back. Yes! And he's only going to get back into being... Nighthawk, do you think it's possible to appreciate Jimmy G too much? Because Trez just came in from TNT, as you know, and said, y'all need to stop praising that man. That's what $100 million is supposed to look like. He has a good point. I know. I'll never forget it. That was funny. And right on target, Jimmy G, if he looked any less than that, he would remind you of players like Dak Prescott, who thinks he should get paid more money than Jimmy G. Where is it, boy? Texas boy. Anyway, they're right. And but I just appreciate Jimmy G looking like Jimmy G. It's all my thing is, because I was getting scared. He was starting to look worse than Dak Prescott in that Cowboys game. Whew, good.
Yeah.
Or that Denver game, should I say. So, yeah.
Yep.
It's okay to be
But you know what, Dante, I'm not happy with him.
I know everybody's. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna wait Night Hawk myself. Now, I'm gonna let Dante, let him be Dante, and let's see what he does the first game of the season. Now, I have a feeling, Night Hawk, we've been talking badly about young Pettis. Watch him go buck wild against the Bucks, and the writers and everybody else is gonna go crazy, and we're gonna be sitting up here after the game saying things like, who the hell was that? Dante got 175 yards on 10 receptions? Jesus Christ. So we need to be careful what we say, Nighthawk. This is why Jimmie Wards came back and looked decent yesterday, very decent. How many people be hating on Jimmy? That's why you got to be careful about hating on some of these players. If they look bad today, it doesn't mean anything, because tomorrow they're going to come back and they're going to embarrass somebody. Who have I said anything? Although, Nighthawk, what do you think about Akello Witherspoon? Is he going to be okay?
He might be okay.
Yeah. I really wish he would. I like him, and I know he's He's just learning. Although it is year 3, he should have learned. I'm trying to think of the best. Well, Deion Sanders came into the league year 1, and he was scaring people, from what I remember.
Yeah, Deion was different.
Yeah, some people just come in and hit the ground running from college, and others take a little while to hone their skills until they can finally get up to speed, right? So we cannot treat everybody the same. So if Dante's struggling a little while, I think we should be a little more patient. If Kello's, well, Dante doesn't struggle. Let me talk about it. If Dante wants to be this, let him be that, as long as he gets the job done. Kello Witherspoon, he has some. Now, he has some moments where he looks good sometimes.
But I like Richie James. He got skills.
Yes, it is. Well, that's the best story in camp. I think it was 6th round. 6th round pick. It is 7? 7th round pick. That makes it even more exciting. 7th round pick looking like one of the best receivers we got and have had in a long time. Next, of course, Debo.
Starter.
Yeah, he's right in there with Debo, Jalen. He's cut out of that cloth, you know.
Yeah, but Dante, he's not. They won't keep him. He won't get caught.
No, he's not gonna. And he doesn't deserve to be cut.
They're gonna keep him. Yeah, they're gonna keep him.
Yeah, these changes we want him. We just want him to change his personality, which is not necessary. It's just something, kind of aesthetic thing we want, but we don't need it. We just feel better, you know. You like a tough, take charge guy in these kind of situations. So.
Yeah, but the defense looked good too.
I know, right? What'd you like about the defense?
Man, I mean, like, you know how what's the offense when the quarterback was trying to make a move, but they stopped him from making a move.
Yeah. You know, you mean when you stopped him from going in to get that touchdown and Jimmy G dropped down in his face and stopped right here? Yeah, I mean Jimmie Wards, should I say?
Yeah.
Woo! Well, Nighthawk, tell you what, go ahead and get your rest because I know it's late. Let me see you tomorrow night, huh?
Oh, okay.
All right. Give me the holler. You ready?
Yep.
Nighters! For the Hawk.
I'm out. Peace.
Nighthawk changed his style. Nighthawk. Okay, hey, let's go to 602 Phoenix, Arizona. By the time I get to
What's up, Ronbo?
This
is me, baby.
Rising. Who is
Can
me?
you hear me?
Yeah, who is this?
Oh, man, I'm new to the chat, but I've been following your page for like a couple years.
Oh, thanks,
I'm the guy
man.
I'm always heckling you online about our picks.
I'll tell me your name. I bet I'll know right away. What is your name?
On Instagram, it's Learn to Avoid Ego, too.
Wait. What? Say it again.
On Instagram, it's Learn to Avoid Ego, too. That's it. Learn to Avoid Ego, too.
Learn to avoid ego, too. I do kind of. Yeah. What does your avatar look like?
It's a Gadsden flag because I'm a big Second Amendment guy. But
oh no! Now I know who you are. All right.
Yeah.
And
Ronbo.
Yes.
I love your page. I love ours page. But I'm listening to these guys tonight, and these guys are out of their mind about 2 players, and it's hurting my feelings.
Yeah. What 2 players?
Number 1.
Yeah.
Pettis is gonna be okay. Pump your brakes.
Yes.
And Kello, he came on last season at the end of the season. He's going to be okay.
I agree.
And preseason, you want to play possum, guys. Come on. Somebody's been showing his hand. Okay? We've done well.
Yeah.
I'll be in Tampa with the rest of the empire because it's my birthday that day. Mm-hmm. I go to week 1 every year, pick a road game, especially if it's away, and I have season tickets up in the Bay, so I'm always at the game. Kello is going to be okay. We need him for those big body receivers. He's not nobody that's ever going to be on a Tariq Hill. Calm down, guys. It's a system. It's kind of like Richard Sherman. We got Richard over there mentoring these guys. He's been mentoring Akello. We're going to be okay. I got us going 11-5. I don't care what nobody say.
I like that.
We should start. We should start the first 3 weeks just like we started the preseason, 3-0. Pittsburgh ain't gonna be no biggie. They don't have nobody. Brown's gone. We're okay. We'll sweep Arizona this year. I'm guaranteeing that. I'll bet tickets on that. Whoever
I was watching them yesterday. Boy, Minnesota was just. What was the final score in that preseason game yesterday? Minnesota.
Oh, man, it was horrible.
Oh, they beat them up.
It was horrible, but we're going to be okay. And I like what Shanny is doing. Play possum. Yes, I love Richie. Keep him. I agree with my buddy earlier. Trent, I'll stick him on the IR. And there's one more person that's been balling in the preseason that I hope makes this team. And that's DeMontre Moore. I hope that kid makes this team.
I know.
I hope he makes this team.
How do you cut DeMontre? He's done everything a man's supposed to do trying to make a team. How you gonna cut him? I just don't know what they're gonna do. But you got too many guys, though. You got to let one of the guys that should be making the team, we thought was gonna make the team. Who you got? Fam, I just realized you gave me your social media name. What is your name? So I can write it down.
Shabazz. Call me Shabazz. That's my
Shabazz. All right. All right, Shabazz. Listen, you got to get rid of one of the guys that everybody's counting on. I'm talking about DJ Jones, Sheldon Day. You got Contavious Street in there. I'm looking at Kevin Givens. Like, good Lord, that boy is. Where are you going to cut the fat?
You got to let Blair go.
Oh!
And you got to let Street go.
Oh!
You got to let, and you know who else you got to let go that is going to hurt everybody?
You already hurt me enough. I don't know what you can say. What? Who?
You got to dump Malcolm Smith on his head, man.
Now, see, that ain't gonna bother me.
And let Greenlaw grow.
Who did you? Shabazz. Who was that gonna hurt? Ain't nobody worried about Malcolm Smith. Oh no, man. But Malcolm may make the team because they're gonna say he's got a lot of experience in this system. His veteran leadership. Oh, we have enough veteran leadership. You know, so I don't know.
And one other person that has to make this team that Shanny's just killing me with, talking about 3 quarterback hopes. Then C.J. Packett.
Amen.
And keep KB, man. C.J. Packett. Look, I know C.J. was your pick. C.J. has to go. No. Keep Mullins with great. And keep Kendrick Bourne on this roster. I like that kid. He has it.
There it is, Shabazz. There's so many players that you could keep, that you could let CJ go. Come on, coach. Don't do it. Because that's a spot that we need for a player that we can really use. CJ's not going to help you, coach. And besides, if you really want him and we need him, you can call him later on in the season because he will definitely be home. So, just don't do this. Yeah. Oh.
I mean, I think 11-5 this year, Ronbo. I got us going to the NFC Championship against the girls. It's going to be a rematch in '94, baby.
You think the Cowboys
and the girls
are they going to beat the Eagles for the NFC North?
You know what, man? Wentz is overhyped. They try to talk about our guys overhyped. Wentz has never proven nothing. Nick Foles out of there. Philly don't have what it takes. Their run game is nothing. Their defense is overrated. No.
If all
I got us. I tell you 3 teams that's gonna flop this year. Go ahead, Rumbo.
No, I was just saying, Shabazz, if all we have to do is deal with the Cowboys, boy, that would be a nice thing. Because the Rams are going to try. I seen them yesterday. They may have something to offer. Okay, I'm going to give them a little credit. I'm not worried about the Seahawks. If it comes down to us against them boys, I like our chances a lot. Shabazz. Go ahead real quick because we got to go.
NFC Championship. Niners, Dallas, 49ers, 24, Dallas, 16. You heard it from Shabazz first.
Shabazz, I'll see you online. And tomorrow if you get some time, all right? Great to meet you.
All right, man. Hey, I love you guys. I love the Empire. Man, stay pumping it. I'll stay following, and I'll be checking in with you regularly, Ronbo. Go
Hey,
Niners.
looking for you. All right, fam. Have a
right.
good night.
All right. You too.
Oh, God. That's funny. Because Shabazz, I remember, we be arguing about them draft picks, boy. And I hear you just all of a sudden on the phone. I love it when people come over to Instagram who I have extended arguments with, and all of a sudden they're on my phone. Yeah, it's me. Hey, Russo.
What's up, Ronbo?
Russo. And I want to go down as saying I am taking my lesson now. I'm off of Joe Staley's case, and I'm also off of Dante. But I never had a huge problem with Dante, other than the fact that I just want him to get a little more grizzly. But leave that man alone as long as he's producing. I'm done with his personality. He can be whomever he wants to be. But Russo, otherwise, give us some of your tidbits on this game now that we got all the numbers in and everything that's everything about it. Russo?
The Sackey just allowed this last game. Was it Frank Clark got the sack on him?
Frank, your connections.
And
Frank, where are you located? Because you're in a different place than usual. This connection's kind of broken.
Hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. It's breaking up though. Try again. Let's see what happens.
All right. I don't know if you can hear me now. Sorry. I was in a spot. I was in a spot I'm normally not. That's why.
Oh, okay, good. This is better. Okay.
So what I was going to say is as far as the Staley thing on the sack he led up with Frank Clark last night, he had a bad first step and he didn't turn his hips. And then I saw he wanted to basically hold him. He almost tried to hold him and then he just kind of let him go. And he instantly apologized to Jimmy. Sometimes you just make a mistake and then you fix it. Joe Staley knows how to fix mistakes, so I'm not really worried about Staley. I guess what I was going to say, the thing that I really wanted to touch on last night, the thing that I'm most impressed in, is I got three stats here for you: 18 for 216, 13 for 101, and then 4 for 25. Those are our penalties going down every single game.
Yep.
From 18 down to 13 down to 4. So we went from 216 yards to 101 yards down to 25 yards last night penalty. It's
a beautiful thing.
Serious. Yes, that's awesome. So, yes, that is for me. That is the number one thing that stands out the most as far as this team making progress. And we were all after that first game, we were all just what is going on? I'm sure about 60 to 70 yards of that pass interference was kind of bullshit and probably shouldn't have happened. But you're still talking 150 yards in penalties, which is ridiculous.
So, have you noticed how coaches are throwing the flag just to test the system out to see what happens? Some coaches on the sidelines laughing.
The first week.
Yeah,
it's just The first week they did it a ton, and they would all giggle as they did it.
Yeah, right.
It's just kind of fading. It's like fading out. They don't want it. They literally don't want it. I think they're kind of overreacting to the whole Saints-Rams deal, and it's just going to make the game worse. It's going to make the game slower.
It is. It slows things down.
I think they're kind of mocking it, and
like the helmet thing last year. Man,
why can you challenge pass interference but you can't challenge holding?
Yeah.
It's because the holding call hasn't ruined a playoff game yet, so you can't challenge it. That doesn't make sense. So
great point.
That rule needs to go. The rule needs to go. And then the other thing is the way so if this defense is going to continue to play the way they're playing, that bodes very well for the success for the season. And you're talking about still adding Bosa, D. Ford, Jason Verrett. You're talking 3 Pro Bowl quality players that can be added to this defense, all barring health. If they all stay healthy, they're all Pro Bowl quality players. So the defense, in my opinion, can only get better, or it should stay the same essentially. I mean, obviously it's preseason. But
and your rotation too, Russo. You're going to get a rotation that's going to be solid from beginning to end. So there's no wasted body sitting on the bench after this cut. Yeah,
absolutely. And kind of the format to be successful over the long term and to be able to travel and win on the road is to have a strong defense and to have a good running game. And right now the 49ers are averaging 4.5 yards a carry, and they have 400 rushing yards in 3 games. So that's a pretty decent sample size, even though it is preseason and some of the stats, obviously the numbers are kind of skewed. But for me, the big picture for the preseason is the defense, how they're playing, the penalties are going down, and the run game has been awesome. So I think that is
a very good sign for this team moving forward.
I agree. With all of that, I'm loving it because as you say, if this team can run, Kyle Shanahan will kill you because now all of his play action, everything becomes invisible now because everything looks the same. They run out of that play action. They pass out of that play action. The defense is sitting there wondering what to do now. You're guessing all the time. And then he runs some kind of bizarre X's and O's scheme that actually defies some of the laws of gravity. And there's George Kittle running free somehow, or any other receiver, or any number of weird things. And you're looking at it develop, but you just don't know how in the hell did Kyle come up with that? I love that stuff. So
and I'm kind of thinking that, I mean, it's going to change like drive for drive, quarter for quarter. But I think the big picture, as far as early on in the season, I think Breida is going to be the early down back, and I think Coleman's going to be the third down and the goal line back. And I think he's going to kind of assume the same role he played in Atlanta all these years. Mm-hmm. And I'm not expecting Coleman to come in and be. He's not going to be the featured back. Breida's not going to be the featured back. It's definitely going to be a split, but I'm kind of feeling like Breida's going to be the guy you're seeing on the early downs.
Mm-hmm. Like you did Devontae Freeman.
I
got a feeling it's going to be an identical setup.
Yes, I think Breida is going to be the Devontae Freeman, and I think Coleman is going to play Coleman.
Mm-hmm. you see on the after the movie's over, and Tevin Coleman played the part of Tevin Coleman.
Yeah. It's just funny because he came to the team and I kind of did the same too. Like you just assume, he's the best running back, he's going to be the main guy, and then Breida is a third down. Or you kind of just think like that. But if you really think about it, Coleman is going to do what he's done in Kyle's system all along, and he's going to nothing's going to change. So that's really the other thing that I finally came to the realization on. So.
There you go. Well, Russo, great stuff as always. Let's see you tomorrow if you got some time, huh?
All right, bro. Sounds good.
All right, Russo.
Shout out to Ronbo. Shout out to my TNT fam, Night Hawk fan club, and everybody in the chat. All right, bro. Appreciate
it. Thanks, Russo. Night. And we roll out toward Marin, where Mike is standing out in a backyard barbecue. Hey, Mike.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Mike, it's always the directions we take during these programs. Always love. We started out with people that are angry, to some degree, with Dante Pettis. I even threw some few pieces of meat in that pot, and it's amazing how we all calm down at some point and realize we're wrong. I think, Mike, you said something about this the other day and let everybody know they were wrong and leave Joe Staley alone. I love the way we always bring it back to center. We get it out of our system, and then we calm back down and realize Joe Staley is how many years Pro Bowler? Dante Pettis is one of the greatest rookies we've had of all time. We have no business talking about him. And Kello Witherspoon is annoying. But, Mike, there is one thing. J-Dub is looking good. Mike, jump on in here, man.
J-Dub is back. Oh, man. No, I just, it's crazy, man. I mean, listening to the callers tonight, to a couple of them anyways, I've said it before and I'll say it again, and I'll say it every year because it's the same thing every year when we watch football. We realize how the preseason kind of distorts things. You start thinking you're seeing something in preseason, then the regular season comes around. Wow, everything looks different because there's no game planning during the preseason.
Yeah, absolutely.
The starters are not out there the majority of the time. I mean, the starters were out there for one half in the third game, but other than that, how much were the starters out in the Denver game? How many starters were out in the first game? And getting back to the penalties that Russo was talking about, I see that too, and that's pretty cool. But I think that's also probably a byproduct of the fact that we had our starters out there for the first half on the offensive side of the ball.
Yes.
So the penalties are going to go down because if you go back to those first two games and you look at who the penalties are coming from and you go back to this game, you know what I mean? So that's one of the things we got to look at is with the preseason, man, don't get it distorted. And as far as it being like, continuity building and all that. I get that. Trez said that earlier. But at the same time, continuity building is really done in training camp. And when the team shows up to the facility every morning together and they are going through those drills together and they are working together and the 7-on-7s and the 11 against 11s and all that. I mean, the preseason, these guys get to play for a quarter, boom, they're out, and another guy comes in. The offensive line is being shuffled around the whole time, and all of that. So a lot of that stuff to me is done during training camp, and I really don't like preseason, to be honest with you. And I know Kyle even said that, hey, man, 0 would be fine, but he said ideally 2 games. 2 games would be good, and that would be his sweet spot, would be 2 games. And that's how I feel, too, man. The preseason is just like...
Mike, can I ask you a question on that, though? How are you going to determine, with the amount of players you have in camp, is 2 games enough to make a determination as to who you want to keep and who you can get rid of? That's my only problem.
No, you're right. That's the issue. That's really what preseason is, an evaluation. I mean, you got to cut 37 players, know?
Yeah. Unless you're going to bring that volume down, where you don't have to look at so many. But that would be the NFL. Well, the Players Union would have a problem with that, but still, it's going to be a hard thing to work around. So, because I'm sure that's going to be on the table when the players and the owners start negotiating, because the owners are looking to extend preseason or the season, not preseason, but the season, a couple of games. So we're talking the Super Bowl will be coming probably close to March, and that would be interesting. Can the players endure that with the health reasons and things like that? Will you be able to extend your roster from 53 to, say, 60 or something to be able to compensate? There's a lot of things to talk about on that issue, but that's not for now. But, yeah, you're right, though, about preseason. Mike? Did we lose Mike? Oh, we lost Mike. Ah, shucks, Mike. Yeah, we're looking for some. All right. Okay. Let's go over here. Mike, I don't know what happened. We lost connection somehow. I hope we didn't get hung up by the system. Break Davis says, what up? Not again. About to get it cracking. Josh says, still reading articles about Kyle Shanahan saying Pettis needs to earn a starting spot, and he wants him to go get the ball and be more aggressive. Yeah. And that Mike's back. All right. Mike.
Ronbo, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, can you hear me okay now?
I hear you fine. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ronbo. I mean, that is the thing that you were saying, and that's what, the preseason games are, is an evaluation tool. And is 2 games enough? That's a very good question. I mean, there might be a lot of more errors made with only that amount of time to evaluate the players. But, that is a good point. That's a valid point right there. Is it enough time to evaluate these guys? But, you think when they get them into training camp and they're going day in, day out with them in training camp, that they can get a pretty good look at them.
It'd be funny though. They'd have to modify the rules a little bit. Maybe some of these things that Kyle really enjoys, like going to Denver and scrimmaging with other teams. You could probably learn a lot from those. So you say you don't necessarily. Well, there's still the danger of getting hurt, but if you could extend a couple of practices with other teams so you can get the real hostile players to play against you, you're not playing against your own players all the time, you might learn something about the guys in camp that way as well. Because if the players if the owners want to extend the season 2 more games, and you do get that agreement, we're only going to have 2 preseason games, there's got to be another way to evaluate your new players and make some judgments, right? It's going to be interesting to see where they go with that.
I mean, maybe they could have more practices or something, and like you said, some joint practices, things like that. But I mean, just for the fans to go out and have to pay regular price for these types of games, and
that's so
wrong.
wrong.
For us to have to sit there and watch these games on TV, I mean, a lot of these players aren't even going to be on the team that we're watching in the second half and stuff, But that's just my take on the preseason.
No, I agree. I think everybody agrees.
But I'm just looking so forward to that first game, though, that we get out there against Tampa Bay. I mean, this is going to be fun, Ronbo. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So much more than we've been having.
Yeah.
That's it, Mike. This is it.
Well,
This is
Ronbo,
the first year of many. All right, Mike. It's good stuff, too. I'll look for you tomorrow.
Hey. All right, Ronbo. You have a great night tonight. Shout out to the Empire, and we'll talk to you soon, Ronbo.
Looking forward. Night, Mike.
All right. Good night. Bye-bye.
And let's go check out JT. JT!
Hello?
Hello, JT.
What up, Ronbo?
JT 4-9, man. JT, we have JT. You gotta lower your volume on your TV, whatever you got going there. It's echoing in your.
Okay, hold on a second. All right, Ronbo, what's that?
We still hear JT. You have to listen back later. Could you do that? You gotta mute, or else we're gonna still hear.
Can you hear it still?
Yeah, no, it's cool now. JT, we got 9. We may have 99 problems, but winning football team ain't gonna be one of them. We got so many good things to talk about, man. I mean, as far as this team goes, your quarterback is looking like he's finally found the track. He's rolling down the track. I got my running back situation, which is key to Kyle Shanahan's offense. It looks like it's getting ready to set records this year. If Matty B stays healthy, this is the only factor as usual. Your wide receiver core looks solid. Your offensive line looked not bad this weekend, and they still got a guy missing. JT, was indeed you impressed with J-Dub? I'm being nice tonight. I'm not getting carried away with J-Dub like I was thinking about doing. And it's Mitch Wisnowski, the greatest fourth-round pick of all time. JT, jump on in there, man.
All right. I want to go ahead and start with Jimmy G. I got to start with the quarterback. I knew all along, that shit was just a fluke.
Yep.
Last week with the Broncos, and he was gonna bounce back, man. And he showed, and he showed a strong showing. Not a real strong showing, but strong enough to
let you know he's coming. He's on his way back. Exactly. That's all I needed to know.
He just needed to get his legs up underneath him and just have a feel for the game. Once just have to get in there and just play a few snaps. And so, that's that's with Jimmy G. As far as the running back situation goes, Ronbo, Matt Breida, since he came along with the team coming from the practice squad, make the team when we had Carlos Hyde.
Undrafted free agent. He came in with the rookies, UDFA. They called him up. He was at home eating a hot dog and watching TV. Come on into Santa Clara and try out for this team. And the rest has been history.
This boy is such a freaking workhorse. He's been outshining freaking Hyde when he was here. And nobody wanted to really say nothing because Hyde was the starting quarterback. But God damn it, he's been freaking showing out ever since he came in, ever since we brought in McKinnon. He was still balling now. He's still balling. Then we bringing in Tevin Coleman. He's still balling now. He's still out. He's outplaying everybody they put in front of it. He's supposed to be. You know what? As far as I'm concerned, he's the number one running back. As far as I'm concerned, because Matt Breida's tearing shit up.
It's looking like that. JT, you bring up something that makes me think, man. You know what? UDFA is your best running back. You got Richie James getting drafted at 7. That's just like a UDFA almost. He's one of the best receivers we got on the team. I'm looking at George Kittle, a 5th-round pick, has set an NFL record. Ow! Wait, who else we got that's just tearing up? This way, way outside the elite of youngsters. Man...
You know what? I'll have to give that nod to Tavarius Moore.
But Timor's a 3rd-round. Timor's a 3rd-round pick, though. So he's supposed to be that good.
he's supposed to be that good, and he's coming along. You know, people kind of didn't really. I kind of didn't really expect that coming. You know, sometimes when you pick a player in a high round, like look at C.J. Beathard. He was supposed to be good, but look at him.
I see. This is what worries me the most. Okay, some of the high round picks we pick, you look at Reuben Foster, the biggest disaster the 49ers have picked since A.J. Jenkins. See, and then I look, and it took Solomon T is going to be okay. I can see that now. That was scary, though. First round picks. One of them is struggling, the other was a mess. You know?
You hit something, though. Richie James, a 7th round pick. This boy is coming out looking like Odell Beckham or something. He's balling out.
I mean, he's making great catches.
He's taking on the role that Dante Pettis was supposed to take on. It's his second year. He's supposed to be this breakout star. And I still give him, I still have faith in Dante Pettis. He's probably just going to need a little bit of time after a while.
We got to he'll be fine. He's just, what we can't appreciate is his attitude, but we need to get off his attitude, let him be who he is, but get out. As long as he gets the job done, JT, that's all. And he does. Yeah. He did last year.
I got this. I got to say this. As far as the tight ends is concerned, if you're talking about a number 2 tight end,
which one?
Look out for Ross Dwelly.
He balling out. He made me mad in that game, but that first drop that I thought he should have, but from where I was watching, maybe it was a little high. The second one was just a little behind him. Okay, maybe it was too hard behind him. But he made a couple of good plays after that, and I was okay.
Yeah, I was watching Dwelly, and he balls. He be playing ball. And who else I could say? Who else? There's another corner that's just balling out right now. He's just freaking. He's everywhere, Ronbo. He just got a nose for the football. Emmanuel Mosley.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
that's what you want to get. Get them hungry. Nobody drafted me. I'm mad players. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen. JT, we gotta stop though, fam. Let me see you tomorrow night. All right?
All right, Ronbo. I'll give you a call tomorrow night. But let me just say one more thing.
Real quick.
Witherspoon was pissing me off too because he's over here letting me all these gaining 5-10 yards every 50 time, Ronbo. That shit pisses me off, Ronbo. If that shit continues, I want to see them throw in Jason Verrett because I believe Jason Verrett and Richard Sherman on the other side. That's going to be a fucking true a tandem right there that's going to be putting in fits for the offense.
Pro Bowl material. All right, JT. And you may get that. Wish we could see Jason Verrett. There's no reports on him, so I guess he's coming along okay. So, all right, JT. See you tomorrow, fam.
All right, Niner Empire.
Yeah. Yeah. But is that Charles? Charles, come on in, Charles.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Oh, Charles, all I want to know is 11-5 possible. I was at 10-6. I need to see what they look like against Tampa Bay. If they embarrass Mrs. Winston's baby boy on that game, I'm going to stop worried about 11-5. I've been at 10-6. I'm going to go ahead with 11-5 as being the floor. It will be too good, too good, too good, So I'm looking forward to this season. And as you know, Dante's on the table tonight. Kyle has already said he wants him to go ahead and establish himself on this team as who are you, Dante? What is going to be your part? What can I look forward to with you next season? Who you going to be? Charles, so funny, because I know this is a soft spot with you. So go ahead. Tonight, we cut you a little short. Charles, I remember, man. What are your feelings on this?
Well, you already know how I feel, Robo. You already know. I told you. He's too soft. I've been telling everybody on Facebook, he's too soft, man. He's going to be a number 3, number 4 wide receiver at best. And he just don't have, like I said, he just don't have a dog in him, man. He ain't got it in him. And it's really sad because he was a second-round draft pick. And that says that, the GM and the head coach, they don't know how to pick him. Or they
okay,
just,
but
they
picked up Debo this
year. They
year.
didn't do their homework. They didn't do their homework on him. I'll just say that. They didn't do their homework on him.
Yeah,
and
Charles,
that's the reason why they drafted Debo. Because go ahead.
But Charles, the thing is, Dante was like an NC2A champion. I mean, this dude was the best there is at return. He had all kind of stats receiving. You look at his film, the boy was just pure dynamite.
Yeah.
Charles, it's not Dante's playing.
The level of competition. The level of competition matters.
Well, yeah, it's a segue from the college ranks into the NFL. Is he adjusting to that? I'm not sure. I guess he is. As I say, he's our best rookie wide receiver of all time, as far as the stats go.
Yeah. I mean, but you sit down, you're going to pick somebody second, and in the second round, you're going to bring them in and you're going to meet them face to face. And you're going to get a gist of who they are in person. And I don't think they did that with him. Because they would have seen that, he wear blue hair and he loves cats.
But even if he had shaved his head, I think he'd still be the Dante Pettis that they talked to. Charles, who would you have rather picked up last year? Do you remember in round 2? Who would you have rather had?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I have to look at the board and see. But I know he wouldn't nowhere on my chart. But I don't remember. I was disappointed we took the offensive lineman. But I understood the
Mike McGlinchey last year. How do you feel about that now, though?
I mean, it was a need. It was necessary. But we had Trent Brown. We already had a Pro Bowl tackle.
Trent.
And so when they got rid of him, I said, why are you getting rid? You got somebody. You got the best pass rusher in the league, talking, giving mad praise about Trent Brown. Why would you trade Trent Brown? I don't get that. And and it's not because he was injured. Look at what they're doing with Garnett. He hasn't even played. He hasn't played one whole day in training camp, and they still hold on to him. And so I don't understand why they traded Trent Brown.
I can shed some light on that for you. Trent, I think, made somebody mad. They told Trent in the offseason before he came back, Trent, we need for you to trim down a little bit. See, in this offensive system, you need to be able to get out in space. You need to hurry up and get out there and play on a block. There's a maze that you need to be able to set up along with the rest of your linemen. Trent was not the best in the world at run blocking. He could protect all day, but he couldn't get out and run blocking. That's not what Kyle wants. So that's why they asked him to lose weight. And Trent came back in heavier than he was before he left. That made everybody mad. That was the story I heard. So from that point on, they was done with Trent. So yeah, they worked out a deal.
Well, they were dumb. That was one of the dumb moves they made. I mean, the guy went. He started left tackle with the Patriots last year. And won a Super Bowl.
They don't run the same kind of offensive system, though. I think that's why Belichick won.
I got that. But still, I mean, you don't trade Trent Brown, man. You work with him. You help. You give him more time to get his way down. You don't trade him, man.
I would have hired some woman to go over there. Yeah. Some woman that's really irritating. And Trent, you don't eat nowhere. You come home, you eat, and we'll just get you right down to the size you're supposed to be. Do you understand? If you don't, I'm gonna call your coach.
That's what I would have done. I call your mama, I call your dad, I'm gonna call your coach. Everybody be on your case. But we ain't gonna let you go.
Yeah.
But we gonna stay on you.
Because you can't weigh 400 pounds on this team. Well, hey, Charles, we're out of time again. Charles, get on back tomorrow, Charles. Let's finish this. I won't get you on Dante Pettis.
Okay. Well, that's fine. But I'll hear you. I'll holler at you tomorrow, Ronbo.
I'd be looking for you, Charles.
Thanks for what you do, man.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you too, man. Charles. Have a good night.
All right, you're welcome. All right,
and let me holler this dude on in. My man. Niner! Charles, you see me do I went through speeds. I went through first gear, second gear, third gear. Hit the fourth. Rod.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Oh, Rod, man, I'm just sitting here enjoying. I'm preempting the success. I think this year, I really think we're on to something. So, I'm feeling too good. Got my special teams, check. My running game, check. Passing game, check. My defense, almost a check. I need to see a couple more things. I need to see who's going to play that other side next to Richie Sherman. Then I can determine, because I ain't worried about J-Dub, and I ain't worried about my safety. In fact, my slot with K'Wan Williams, I got Dub everywhere all across the field. Somebody needs to talk to Kwaski. He makes a few boneheaded mistakes here and there that I do scratch my head about.
Right.
But otherwise, I think we're going to be okay.
I got to agree with you, Ronbo. Tell you what, man, I've been listening to some of the other callers, and I hate to say it again, man, but my boy Trey, man, he be right on it every time. Charlie T is not the guy. He won't cover the running back.
No.
Especially when he's going on a wheel route.
No.
Okay? We got that.
That's silly. That's true.
And I tell you something else, too, man. As far as the predictions made, I wasn't completely correct, but remember you questioned me when I said I think Jimmy G would probably go at least 13 to 17. He was like 17 passes. He actually threw 20.
Did he throw 20? Yeah.
Like
and what was his final count? 14 to 20? Yeah.
14 to 20. So, I mean, it's, the point that I'm making is this. It's like you said, man, this is a dress rehearsal, man.
Yeah.
He's not looking at the entire unit for entire 4 quarters. Maybe the first half, he's looking at certain players at certain positions. But, I mean, it's preseason. He would be an idiot, an absolute idiot, to go out in preseason style with a regular season game plan, knowing how injuries have plagued us throughout his time there so far. So, as far as the other things that the callers were saying, I don't remember who the guy was. It might have been Russo, but I got to say I agree with this guy that Matt Breida is definitely playing like he wants to be the like he wants to be the Devontae Freeman in the lineup. He's giving it, man. I got to just take my hat off to him. I don't know what's been going on in practices because I haven't been there, but based on what I've been seeing in the game, Matt Breida's ready, man. He's ready to go ahead and get some continuity and add on to pick up where he left off last year from what it looks like to me.
And healthy. See, I said last year, boy, look at Matt. What if his ankle wasn't killing him? We see it all right now.
It was hurting all season, wasn't it?
Yeah. From week 3, and he was still piling up yards. It's carrying him off the field. He'd be back in about 5 minutes, and he was. Give him the ball. Gone. Oh, Matt. He's a tough dude, Rod. That's a tough little dude. Man.
But the comments about Tevin Coleman, man, the dude was way off base.
Mike.
Way off base. You got to keep in mind, this is not the same offensive line as the Atlanta Falcons had.
Yeah.
2, it's a zone blocking scheme. So that being said, you're not going to just hit the hole. You have to hit the hole in the correct route. Because, I mean, these type of pretty much the running backs that we have right now, none of them are baked potatoes, 30 carries a game type of backs anyway.
True.
So, I mean, I'm gonna have to give Kyle Shanahan credit, man. He's working with what he has, and he's doing it to a good point right now that I think that we can take it to the next level this season. I really do. But I think my last thing is, like I said the last time we talked, is until I see our starting center back, I'm not gonna be right. We got to get him on that field, man.
You're so right, Rod. Because I don't know what kind of condition is Weston Richburg in. He's not been doing nothing but rehabbing. He's not had no contact, and he's got 2 weeks to get ready. That first dude that hits him, he's gonna hear bells ringing. You know what I mean? You just can't come out there and take a shot your first time back on the field in how many months? I'm scared. Bring him in slow, maybe, Rod. Maybe Garland goes out there for a few snaps, Bring Weston in, let him get a couple of shots in, bring him back out. Maybe, against Tampa Bay, we might be able to afford to do that. No, Tampa Bay's got three fiends. I just realized.
Garland ain't really showed me nothing, though, man. I'm going to be honest with you.
He ain't.
Garland ain't showed me shit.
Oh, he's not. He's a standby. He's a dude that plugged in. He doesn't have experience.
Go as far as to say,
bad snaps.
Ronbo, do you think it's a possibility we could even try to get some center play out of either Mike Person or either Joshua Garnett?
See, if I'm the 49ers, I talked to Joshua Garnett. Listen, Josh, we've considered releasing you from the team, but listen, we got something we want to ask you about. Now, if you'd like to work out at center, we might think about let's go ahead and see what we could work out. Because
right.
I think he might be okay at that spot because he wasn't bad at guard.
I do too, man. Right. I mean, the biggest problem at guard was just staying healthy, man.
Staying on the field.
Yeah. And right. The thing about Shanahan's offense is that the center is like the quarterback of the offensive line.
Yes, he's the one. He's the eyes of the quarterback. He glances out and sees the defensive alignments, and he translates it back to the quarterback because the quarterback is probably thinking about other things. He's setting his play up. He's listening to Kyle, and that's why you're right, man. Alex Mack, Matty Ice don't know how good he has it with one of the best in the league, man. God.
Right. But I tell you what, man, I know we don't have much longer. As far as the defense goes, I'm like everybody else. I wasn't that impressed, but I'll say that they've been so good thus far that maybe you just never know. Kyle Shanahan may have said, what, guys, we're just going to lay back. I want you guys to get some reps in, let's get some physicality. Even Garoppolo got sacked that day. So, I mean, everything that I wanted to see happen before the season started has happened. I don't think the defense has anything else to prove preseason. I really don't. Maybe outside of Tavares Moore.
Yeah. Well, he's already proved enough too, hasn't he? Tavares Moore. I feel I got all the trust in the world. If Jimmy goes down, Tavares comes in, we don't lose a whole lot. We lose a little experience in reacting to certain situations, but that's it. He'll learn that. So.
Yeah, 100, man, 100.
Yeah, right.
Well, man, it's been good, bro. You going to be back on tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, it's Monday night. Can't stand it. Got to be back. All right, Rod. You ready?
Okay, look for me tomorrow, Ronbo. I'll be there, baby. Sound off for me.
Niners! Well, man, Rod. Yeah.
Hey, Ronbo, when you bring me back in tomorrow, give it to me like you did last time.
Gears shifting every time.
I love you. Take it easy, bro.
You too, fam. Have a good night, Rod. Oh, God. Uh-oh. But make sure you get that up there. I want to know about Billy Price. Emilio!
Yo!
Emilio, Emilio, you at work? It's Sunday. Oh, you're at the mall.
No, I'm at.
Go ahead.
No, I'm at. Well, no. Can you hear me?
Yes. You driving? There's wind or something blowing into your mic.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
That's a little better. Yeah. Come on in, Emilio. I always love to hear your assessments on the team. Emilio likes to bring things and keep it down 100. Emilio, what are you thinking now? Emilio's like the prophet you go through to find out what the 49ers are going to look like in the upcoming year.
Well, one thing I'm actually, glad, not glad, but impressed with Jimmy. He did a lot better than he did last week,
Kept
him in the game a lot better. Yeah. It was just, man, I was like, that's all I really wanted to see with Jimmy, because I'm like, are we really going to have another year where we don't know who the hell our quarterback is again? Are we going to go through 3 quarterbacks again trying to figure out just to get us by this? Oh, look, we got promise for next year, but,
Now, you was going to have Nick Mullins. Emilio, which leads me to this question then. If we had to go with Nick Mullins, how much faith would you have in that? I think he'd do okay, actually.
To me,
I don't know how many games.
Not as much, because I know people were like impressed with him, but it's not as much because you kind of the same thing with Jimmy. Okay, he won us up a couple games, but then it doesn't really mean anything because what happened to Jimmy the following year? He got hurt, so it doesn't really say, oh, we got a quarterback now. If Jimmy goes down, we got Mullins. It doesn't really say anything. It just shows, okay, he can win a couple games, but can he really be the number one guy we need to be to get us to where we need to be at and just get us our Super Bowl ring? It's been over fucking 25 years since we got one. So, that doesn't really mean, oh, Mullins is that guy, or if Jimmy goes down, we got, it doesn't really prove anything.
Yeah.
It just, like I said, my whole thing was what I wanted to see is, can Jimmy really get the ball moving down the field and score a touchdown? And he did. That was just my main thing because I was like, we see who our running backs are going to be. It's going to be Breida and Coleman. I like that combination. It looks like Shanahan's going to do that double running
Atlanta
back combination.
situation.
So.
Yeah. And that good because you know what I got to tell you, Mito, and I know some people want to argue. I think Matty B might run that stretch because he's faster than Devontae Freeman. I think Matty B may be able to do that better than Freeman. If that happens, good Lord. Because Matty B, people may not be able to admit it yet, that may be one of the NFL's best. Dang, that boy can run that stretch. And once he hits that groove.
They did say he's like one of the fastest runners. He was one of the fastest running backs last year. So, that is a good thing. But at the same time, his problem was every time he was on the field, he had a couple games and then he get hurt. So that's the thing. So it kind of helps that Coleman's out there. So, Breida won't get hurt as much. So that's kind of a positive out of it.
And
so
you got Mostert to back him up. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. Matty B was.
So that's a good thing.
Exactly. And actually, what we see in Emilio was even more of a miracle last year. Matty B's, his ankle was hanging, and he was still out there piling up yards.
That's a positive thing that, we got like what Gore used to be with him. Gore used to want to be out there no matter how bad he was hurt or what was going on. He wanted to be out there. So that's kind of a good thing on Breida's part, but at the same time, like I said, now we got Coleman, so he doesn't have to put all the weight on him. So that does help us. And
if he goes down, you got Mostert, who I'm very impressed with. Yeah. And I don't know, Jerick McKinnon, he may be ready to play in a few weeks. I don't know. But we got a surplus of running backs. And all of them know the system.
That's a good thing. With McKinnon, I don't know if they just keep him on the team and just say, we'll have you in just in case situations.
It is.
At this point, I'm good with Breida and Coleman as our running backs.
Yeah,
that's
you
good.
still want to have.
If you want to give one of these guys a break, you got Monster. So
there you
I'm
go.
good with what we got now in our running backs. I'm good with that.
But remember,
that's my whole thing. I like running backs.
Remember last year,
the
though.
main thing right there.
And the year before, you know what? Ever since Tom Sula, we run out of running backs every year. So you know what? If Kyle decided to keep all 4 running backs and keep Jeff Wilson and Austin Walter too, I wouldn't even say nothing. You know what? Because every year we run out of running backs and they're calling people's houses, getting guys off the practice squad. We had 1 running back, Emilio. At one point last year, Jeff Wilson was all we had. That's outrageous. How many running backs did we go through?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Like 5 or 6 of them. Breida kept going out. McKinnon didn't even play the whole year.
The other, the guy that's back over with the Cowboys, I forgot his name already.
What was his name? Was that Wilson or was that somebody else?
No, I forget his name already. But he played with Shanahan when he was in Washington, and he started for us. So we lost everybody. And we had, as I say, Jeff Wilson was playing. They called in one other dude, I think. This is the thing. You can have 5 running backs, and you may not have enough. So, keep them all.
No, you also got to see that they were pushing the running backs to do more because they weren't trying to really get them to throw the ball. They didn't really trust Beathard with the ball in their hands, and it was at times with Mullins they didn't want to. So they were running the hell out of the running backs. You seen that. It was just mostly the run game. So now it's a good thing. Like I said, if Jimmy is really trying to be who he needs to be for us, be that number one, then you don't need to worry about, we need to work the hell out of Jimmy, or we need to work the hell out of a running back. So
I know.
As long as we got a run game and a pass game, we should be good. I don't see really no issues with anything. It's just now the next step is like, who the hell is going to be a number one receiver? It still can't figure that out. I don't, what the hell is going on with that for?
That's coming up. Emilio, go run, man. I'm telling you what, Emilio, always good to hear from you. And it's funny. Now Emilio's on board. Sounds like he has faith in 49ers. Not all the way. But to get him to go this far.
You know me. My thing, like I said, I'm impressed with what I see. You know me. This is just, it doesn't really say, we're going to the Super Bowl. I still stand
No.
8-8
Don't say that. That's bad luck. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and wait.
Because then you want me to say, we're going to the Super Bowl.
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
So, no.
Right.
At this point, I'm standing at 8-8 at this season. So
all right. That's fair. From you, that's really fair.
It's just an improvement from last year.
All right.
If they do better than that, I'll bet. Like I said, I already told you, it's the back end of our season is the hardest part of our season.
There you go. All right, Emilio, really got to go. I'm going to see you tomorrow if you get a chance. All right. Night, Emilio. I tell you, 8-8 from Emilio means it probably does mean Super Bowl. Hey, is it Joey? Joey who? I've talked to him in a long time. Could it be the only Joey that I know that calls this program? Joey Mahoney, yeah, dum-de-doo-ah. Ooh, yeah. Joey Mahoney. Joey, is that you? Scared him. It probably wasn't it wasn't the same Joey. Freaked him out. Poor guy. If I'd been subjected to calling to anything and guy broke out singing like that, I'd go too. Hey, Sheik.
Ronbo! What's going on? Wake up! What's going on, Phil? Did I wake everybody up? Did I wake everybody up?
I definitely woke me up. I mean, I was kind of, no. Night Hawk, you still with us? Night Hawk probably just jumped up out of bed, standing on the floor, wondering what he's doing on his feet. Whoa! Especially if he forgot to turn the thing off before he went to sleep. Sheik, I tell you, we just got the kiss of nothing but good things that come. Anytime Emilio, he gets on the phone, he says things like, I'm still saying 8-8. Sheik, that's like good. 12-4.
Yeah.
He never says anything good.
And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Emilio is actually the old school Big Show. Emilio was the Big Show. Emilio and you went at it constantly.
He didn't.
So that's actually really good from him.
Oh, we used to argue. And you know what's really so bad? Sheik, I have to admit, and I admitted months ago, Jesus Christ, you were right. Dang it. You know? And now that's what I'm saying. If Emilio says 8-8, that's like God knows how many games they're going to win. So
that's good. Yeah, I've been watching like 3 or 4 years. He's been saying like 6-10, 5-11. Oh man, it's sorry to say, but he was right.
Yeah, sometimes he gave us too many games once. You know, so
yeah, that's true. That's true. But Ronbo, like you were saying, we got some good sightings of Jimmy Garoppolo, and he's always been here. He's not back. He's always been here. He's just getting those jujus out of this. On those breadcrumbs off his shoulders, pretty much.
Yep.
So he's definitely here. The running back situation is definitely a concern. With the McKinnon situation. But the thing is, with Ronbo is everybody has a debate of who they want, who they don't want. McKinnon they don't want because he has proven. Trenton Taylor as a wide receiver, what have they done? But the thing is, it's Kyle's guys. Kyle is going to always bring his guys back. That's regardless of what everybody says, they're going to bring him back. And that's why C.J. Beathard is still here.
And Kyle's like, get off me. I'm keeping 3 quarterbacks. Don't ask me again. I said, Kyle,
right?
You can use that spot for somebody else.
Exactly. Yeah, Mostert, he's a special team guy. You could have him Oh man, yeah, I get it. But the thing concerns me, Ronbo, is like that defensive line. What are we gonna do? There's a lot of guys in that bubble that gonna be cut.
I like Demontre Moore, Sheik. I like Demontre, man. I think he could help us out
him.
if something goes wrong. Man.
Mm-hmm.
He's got how many sacks this preseason? And he does a lot of things well.
Another thing,
Kevin Givens, man. I'm just thinking about the guys that I'm pretty sure figured they're not going to be able to make it. We just don't have any room. And I hate that somebody else is going to get a good football player.
Yeah, actually Russo, shout out to Russo. We're actually having a conversation multiple times on the Nine Fan Club and talking about Givens. We liked, I brought up Moore. He's like, that's the thing. He's a defensive end. We need a defensive tackle. If you were going to leave, because I said we're going to cut Jones and we're most likely trading Day, and we have to find a replacement. I think Givens is the guy.
And did you
there's
check
something special about him?
And did you check out Shabazz? Shabazz calls it a night. He gets rid of my boy Ronnie Blair. Oh, see, I don't know. What are they going to do here? You can't get rid of Contavious Street, can you? I mean, Contavious Street, we invested a lot in him. We rehabbed him. He held down. I mean, he can't cut Street. You got to let him play back into real Street form.
And the thing is, there's a lot of guys going to be in a contract here, and you got to consider of trading them before you get nothing out of them.
There's that.
So if Blair is good. He's a definitely fill-in when you need it. He's definitely always around the ball, and I get that. But the thing is, Rama, we have a lot of depth. We got Street in there, we have Nick Bosa in the wings and Nick D4. We haven't seen those guys yet.
Yeah.
So rotation is good. The depth is good. I get it. It's a difficult situation. We're going to be cutting 25 players in the next 5 days. So it's going to be right now. They're in the process right now. Me and you just having this conversation. They're letting go of this person, and everybody's going to get shocked. And there's obviously trades might be available as well. Who knows? So yeah.
It's crazy. And 2 years ago, if we had Demontre Moore and Jeremiah Valawaga in camp, we'd be kind of excited.
Yep.
We'd say, hey, we got some guys coming off the edge now. We would be all excited.
Yeah.
Well, now we went to the next level. We got a couple of potential Pro Bowlers. I mean, Bosa's not going to take long. He'll be a Pro Bowler within. He may get in this year if he stays on the field, because obviously he's got that kind of skill level. And then you got D on the other side. That's double digits. There's a potential of like 28 to 30 sacks between those two guys.
Oh my God! And you got Buckner. Don't forget about Buckner.
And you got Buckner. He's going to add some more. So it's. We went from famine to feast all of a sudden.
We got a prime rib. We're feasting right now. It's a buffet kind of style.
I mean, who are
come and
we?
Get it.
We're cutting people that we'd have been grateful to have 2 years ago. We'd have been chomping at the bit thinking, oh, finally, we got to say goodbye to this guy. It's crazy.
And it's going to be very difficult. But let me also, I noticed on another caller, I'm going to go to the offensive side. He was worried about, why we let go of Trenton Brown, and then we got McGlinchey. Let me say it right. McGlinchey! All the night on Fan Club, we say it like that. So anyways, Kyle, if you know about the Dwelle, we say Dwelle too as well over there. Anyways, Trent Brown is a pass guy. And I think about Shanahan, the father-dad connection, there's always been a run. And it's been back in the day in Denver years, and even in the 49ers, it's a little bit as well. So with Michael McGlinchey, in 2017 with Trenton Brown, we were 21 in rush, and then we hit 13 with Mike McGlinchey. So Kyle wants that. That's a really good improvement. And who knows what's going to happen this coming year. And Dwelle, I don't know if you noticed in that game, he got that massive block of chop blocking Frank Clark.
Yeah.
That was really, but the other
important
side of the ball, but
you got to be able to block. and you got to be able to catch in the tight ends. And like you said, this offensive lineman got to be able to move that butt. And Trent coming in class. I mean, Trent comes back from the year before. They all told Trent, we need you to lose some weight. And Trent's coming in and said, hey, fat Trent. Trent, oh my God, we asked you to lose weight, and you're bigger now than you were before you left. See, and that pissed him off. I knew it would.
That's going to swell their feet. You're going to get big feet. You're going to have hamstrings. You're going to have issues. You're going to have bad knees because of all that weight you have to carry.
And you're not going to be able to get out in space. That's the thing.
Exactly. You got to deal with a lot of guys. Anyways, Ronbo, you've been doing it well, Ronbo. Like every day, Ronbo. You've been the man.
I know. I love it, man. Because we got a good team. I can't stop talking about them.
Yeah. We all love you, Ronbo. You give us our voice.
Thanks.
Faithful for you see that below him? Hit that like, hit that sub, hit that share, and even the email is on every platform, baby. Go Niners! An empire is greater than a nation. And Raiders, pack your stuff. You have AB and Trenton Brown. You're done. Stop. Go away. Go Niners!
Love you, Sheik. I'm looking for you tomorrow.
Love you back, Rob. Shout out to Nighthawk fans. And shout out to Lori. You got to call in.
Yes. Lori's, yeah. And Debbie's also been threatening to call in over on Twitter. So, yeah, ladies, call on in. We'd love to hear. We get a lot of testosterone. We want to get that other hormone. All right. Tight sheet.
Exactly. I got you. Later, man.
Oh, man. Hey, wait. We're going to give it another shot here. Should I do the whole thing again? Let me. Joe, bing, dum, dum, Joe, boom, 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 Joey, Moni, yeah, dum, de, do, ooh, yeah, Joey, Moni. See, any excuse I can get to act silly, even if Joey's not going to answer, he may be falling out. Hey, Joey. And as the sun slowly has settled in the west, we go now to see what's up on the chat. Texas boy, I see you in there, man. Texas boy in there telling people how good Dak Prescott is about his two NFC Championship runs. I love it. Josh says, still reading articles about Kyle Shanahan saying Pettis needs to earn a starting spot, and he wants him to go get the ball and be more aggressive. See, Josh, this is what we've been all asking for, but I think I'm feeling Dante's going to be okay. I think he does pace himself. And, his dad was a professional baseball player, right? And maybe his dad is telling him, listen, don't kill yourself in practice. Take it easy, because the first thing you know, you get seriously hurt in preseason and practice, and you can't make the regular season. So I want you to be out there. I know they go holler and they go talk bad about you, but dude, I'm your father. I've been doing this game a long time. I know. I'm making that, but I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I got a feeling from one pro to another that they're telling each other, don't get crazy in preseason and practice. Just learn what you're supposed to learn and turn it on as soon as the lights come on in the real season. ATM Stacks, SF, 49ers and Rockets. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Lavelle Forrest, I missed the game. I was at work when I was checked my phone. When I found out we won, I have to go buy me a big beer, 24-ounce Buzz. Like, watch out. LA Chargers, we are coming for you. Let's go, 49ers. Get you the 40-ounce. Just stop. No, don't stop at 20. Hey, Carson Smith, God, I hope we keep Richie James. I think he actually has the ability to end up being a really good receiver. It looks like it. And the minute the 49ers put faith in him, ain't no telling what he'll be capable of. Put some weight on his shoulders. I believe he can handle it, AJ Young. What's up, AJ? Saul Valdez. Hey, so what's up, fam? Frank Martinez says, gold-blooded till I die. All the way from Corpus Christi, Texas. Legendary area, Texas. Empire on the rise. Once again, you know it, Frank. And hey, Deandra. Deandra's back. She took off the off-season areas like civilized folks generally do. Because fam, you and us will be out here 365 days. We ain't all there. And I crazy knows crazy. You know I'm right. DeAndre, good to see you again. And Mark Keith McDaniel says 49ers will have 30 sacks. They may pass that, actually. Young T22, he says Garoppolo 4,500 yards, 38 TDs, 10 INTs. Curtis McLeod spoke. I got it. I can see that, actually. I'm sorry, I got the names mixed up. That's Young too. I thought he said, okay. Curtis McLeod says, Jeff Wilson would be good for running between the tackles in the red zone. Agreed. He's big enough to power through and get those tough yards that Breida can't. Whew, that's a lot of running backs, though. 5, 6, 4, 5. Wow. They got some tough decisions to make, don't they? And Coach Tim Mendoza, he says Kenny Johnson always looks good in the preseason. Oh, Johnson. He says saying Kenny. He says Johnson always looks good in the preseason. Don't be fooled. If they pick him over Witherspoon, he'll give up a key TD every game. Trust me, Spoon still got a ball though. I do agree actually. Because remember, Johnson has hit his peak, and I don't think Spoon has. You know. Shout out from Matt S. Says shout out from Bend, Oregon. Go Niners. Hey, Matt S. Kev Johnson says Kyle said that Dante will. I thought he meant Dante. He said Dante will make the 53, but he needs to step it up if he wants to be a star. Well, yeah, that was already. I knew that. Everybody knew that. He's not gonna get cut. Big Heck. The difference will be the defense will be the soul. Will be in the playoffs this year. Jimmy G will top 4,000 yards and take us to the NFC divisional round, and where we will meet the Dallas Cowboys and get rid of them immediately. Take that, Texas boy. And Coach Tim Mendoza says Coach Shanahan needs to change room assignments and put Pettis in with Wisnowski, our punter. Put Spoon in with Sherman. Lockdown. I would, Wisnowski's tough, man. I would be surprised. Coach also says Spoon will learn more just listening to Sherman and falling asleep because he's probably be talking in his sleep on how to be gangster on defense. Probably. It gives me an idea, Coach. They should sneak into his room when he's asleep and put in recordings of just all night dogs growling. All night. Wait till he's deep sleeping. Let him wake up. He'll have a little attitude. J-Tan says, did you see the new NFL commercial with all the fans from each team? The 49ers fan yelled out, 49ers are back! I seen that commercial. I love it. I got to pull it off the screen, record it next time. And Russo SF49 says, Ronbo Sports, Bengals center Billy Price, last year's first-round pick, is not starting this year. He may be available in trade if Richburg's not ready. But then again, Russo, why would Billy Price not be sitting this year? The Bengals, are they that good? I want to see what they got. I got to go back and watch them. You got me curious now. Because, if 49ers don't need to wait until next year to make that deal, make it now, since we got lots of assets. Mr. Block Eyes 22 says, one love from the Buckeye to the Golden Eye. Go Niners! The ones on the cut list. Do your best at the end of the day. One love. Who do you think is our wide receiver lineup? Punter is nice. Okay, let's see. I've already said earlier. Let me go real quickly again. Of course, Debo, Jalen, Dante, they're in because the 49ers are not about to get rid of the last 2 years' picks. Right? Marquise Goodwin will continue. His job is still to do what he does, take all frighten the defense to death, the secondary. And, of course, Trent Taylor's not going anywhere. Contrary to public opinion, actually he had become Jimmy G's bread and butter guy all practice long so far this season. See it all the time, but we heard about it every day. That's 5 guys, right? You know who the 6th guy is? And I have a lot of problem admitting this, but I know Kyle Shanahan is going to have to be forced. If he's only going to go with 6, it's not KB. And I know Cynthia says it's going to be, Cynthia believes that Jordan Matthews is in no matter what. But, fam, Richie James has made this team. Of those other 5 guys I picked, you know none of them are going anywhere unless they're going to put Trent Taylor on hold. That's it, Mr. Block Ice. I can't tell you. Oh, God. And, all right. Hey, fam, I'll tell you what. Go ahead and, is there another one here? Oh, Mr. Block Ice 22 has another one. He says, the last PS game, I just want the O-line to work out. Offense got it, no doubt. The O-line's got to do better. Running game is the key. Who do you think is our wide receiver? Well, we just did that, 1 to 3. And 1 to 3 and slots. Yeah. Our wide receiver lineup, 1 to 3. Yeah, because do you know that Dante Pettis can run the entire route tree? You got Debo Samuel can also run the entire route tree. Trent Taylor is going to be the premier slot runner. That's why Kyle likes him so much. I think, who else we got? Jalen Hurd actually can run out of the slot, believe it or not. That's a lot of guys that can run out of the slot. Richie James can run out of the slot. We don't have a guy. Marquise Goodwin can actually run out of the slot, too. We don't have a guy that can't run out of the slot, now that I think about it. Yeah, everybody can't run on the edge, but everybody can run on the slot on that group. All right. Hey, Kim, how you doing, Kim? And thank you, Kim. Kim Boutro. And Russo says, oh wait, we did those already. Okay. Fam, let's hit. I'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. We're going to cut Trey loose. He was nice to us tonight. No more cute and cuddly on Raw. Have a great night, fam. Niner!